I'm a fish boy who skates for Team X Blades with a leprechaun who plays basketball. Come to my smart house, meet my alien sister. Don't come hungry because I'll bet my mom can't cook.
Hello and welcome to Mum Can't Cook, a DCOM podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Andy, and I have unfinished business. I can't cross over to the... Okay, so I...
Now, what's happened here, Andy? We've gone in two different directions with the intro.
Yeah.
Both equally valid and good directions, I think. Hello, I'm the other host, Luke Westaway, by the way. Andy, what I'm picking up is that you were going for a unfinished business intro.
Yeah, I was going to say that I can't cross over to the afterlife until I record one good podcast.
Right, yeah, and could you see...
I haven't done it yet.
But could you see what I was going for?
I could see what you were going for, because I saw you open...
What was it?
Well, I saw you open
I
saw you open your mouth, but due to the video conferencing software we're using has a sort of limiter on loud noises, so actually I didn't hear anything.
Those cowards at Google have always had it in for me.
And your various noises.
I was screaming because the film we're recapping is the Scream Team.
Yeah, okay.
So we could be the Scream Team.
Right, you've gone down a much more sort of literal route in terms of the... Whereas I've sort of gone more thematic with...
Yeah, but I don't
have
think
Have you watched the film?
No. No. Yeah. Oh,
have you just
100%?
Have I just read the title?
Have I watched this guy? Have I watched the bloody? I've watched it more like a million times. You can ask me anything about it.
Okay. What's Eric Idle's character's name?
Ian.
No. Ian's the little boy. Eric Idle is a 60-year-old man.
Oh, yeah. But there is an Ian in it, isn't there?
There is an Ian in it.
Yeah, I knew that.
Are you on the IMDb page right now? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm not. I'm just looking up whether or not you are a creditable source on Wikipedia. Scream Team. Yeah, no, it says Andy's not to be trusted here. That's weird. On your Wikipedia page.
What, Wikipedia says that?
Yeah, Wikipedia says don't trust Andy.
After I gave them money during their last fundraising.
I think that's what did it. I think they saw that you did that.
They saw it was a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
You got to remain strong.
If you ever actually donate to Wikipedia, they're
oh my God.
Well.
Actually do it.
Right into the spider's web.
You clown.
Another delicious fly for the Wikipedia Foundation.
Wow, okay. Well, damn, Wikipedia didn't have to do me like that.
Yep.
So yeah, this week we're talking about 2002's The Scream
Team.
Which does involve some screams, to Luke's credit.
It does. It also involves some of the ghosts that are featured introducing themselves as the Soul Patrol in a way that makes me 100% sure the film was supposed to be
originally called Soul Patrol. Yep.
They make a big deal of Soul Patrol and no one ever says Scream Team.
No one ever says Scream Team. They're like, here we are, the Soul Patrol, ready to go on our Soul Patrol.
Yep.
I've got that in my notes as well.
You just got Soul Patrolled. Looks to camera. Sequel, please.
Did you Google Soul Patrol to see if it was...
Yes, I did.
Else.
To try and see if Disney had Googled it or InfoSeeked it back in 2002 and discovered that it was like related to something terrible, and that's why they couldn't call it Soul Patrol. I couldn't find anything that awful.
Well, there was a film that came out in the year 2000 called Soul Patrol, which had Sadie Frost in it.
Maybe that's it then.
Yeah,
maybe that's that.
But then, yeah, if you Wikipedia, which I won't be doing anytime soon again.
No.
Soul Patrol is this film, but also it's listed as a fictional group of dead people in the Scream Team. So that is the 6th or 7th entry on this list.
On the Soul Patrol list. Okay, well there you go. But still, this is one of very, very few DCOMs to have hit Wikipedia in a major way.
Yeah.
And actually, I would say of this film, because I have in fact watched it,
okay,
I think this movie looks expensive.
Sure.
Did you notice that it was produced by Heartbreak Films?
I did at the end. Yeah, they've got the little Melissa Joan Hart and her mum's production company, Heartbreak Films.
You know what? The pieces all fell into place. This has that heartbreak, the stink of
heartbreak
quality.
sheen.
The sheen. The luster.
The sheen of quality that only Melissa Joan Hart and her mum can provide.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I remembered this movie as being extremely dull, but when I rewatched it this time, I was pretty into it. I thought it was I thought it was great. I think it, well, I didn't think it was great. I thought it was better than I remembered. I think it's funny how laser targeted to Andy this one is and his interests. And I also think it's funny that this would be such a nice one for you, Andy, for us to do at Halloween, but we can't because there's so much Halloween Town to get through.
We've got so much Halloween Town to get
all
through.
your Halloweens are blocked out.
I'm sorry.
Through
They're
2026.
They're booked up. I'd love to accommodate you, Screen Team, but we've got a block booking from the Halloween Towns. The progressively worse Halloween Towns.
Yeah.
It is kind of targeted towards my interests in that it's set in a cool sort of spooky town.
Well, it's like a sort of alternate universe Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
With an alternate universe Ichabod Crane.
Yeah, I don't think they ever say where it is, but it's clearly based on Sleepy Hollow in New York.
Yeah.
But also, it has this sort of elaborate afterlife mythology.
Yeah.
Like sort of Coco or a Grim Fandango or something, that it sort of never really explains how it works, and yet it's the sort of core of the film.
Yeah.
So, which is quite annoying.
The film never really manages to be about it. The film instead is about natural gas.
Yeah, it really is.
The film genuinely, it's all about natural gas. The note that I have is that the ghosts, the core three team of ghosts, the Scream team, the Soul Patrol,
the ones on the poster,
add vanishingly little.
They almost nothing.
Almost nothing. There are two plucky kids, a brother and sister, who get an awful lot done with their reluctant dad tagging along.
Yeah.
And they're really picking up the slack of these three ghosts who have nothing to contribute.
Yeah, they have wacky costumes and nothing else, these ghosts.
Nothing else.
And they're played by, competent comedy actors.
Yeah.
Eric Idle, Monty Python, Kathy Najimy from King of the Hill.
Yeah.
The other one, whose name I've forgotten.
The other one, hang on, I wrote it down. Wait, no, I didn't. I meant to write it down.
Well, there you go.
There we go, yeah. Tommy Davidson, I did write it down. He's the dad from The Proud Family.
Okay. I mean, he's a sketch comedian, right? He was...
I'm only familiar with his work as the dad from The Proud Family.
Okay, well,
he was very fine work, I think.
He was on In Living Colour. I think the only thing I've actually seen him in is Black Dynamite, in which he played Cream Corn.
Okay.
So there you go.
There we go.
But okay, well let's have Disney's trailer for this, and then we can crack into the recap because we need to get started on this. It's going to take ages.
Let go of my grandfather!
When their grandfather's ghost is stolen by a big evil ghost, there's only one thing to do. Call in the Scream Team.
They're dead, aren't they? They're alive, aren't they?
Mariah.
Look, I'm smiling!
Coffin Ed.
Delighted.
And Jumper.
Let's go kick some serious ghost butt.
Here, look out!
Come on, miss.
High five.
The Scream Team, starring Tommy Davidson, Eric Idle, and Kathy Najimy.
Don't mess with me. I am in no mood today.
The Scream Team, they're having the time of their afterlife.
I love that one!
A Disney Channel original movie. Friday at 8/7 Central, only on Disney Channel.
Okay, this movie, clearly they made it wanting to call it Soul Patrol.
Yep.
Then panicked, thought, how can we cement that this is Scream Team, even though no one in the film says Scream Team at all?
And then they realised it was 2002, and the answer was clear: a rap.
The answer was clear: a cool, funky, rockin' rap. So that's
It's the worst rap I've ever heard.
It's more or less the worst song.
It's unlistenable.
Rap. It features great big horn stabs.
Do you have any lyrics transcribed there?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I didn't transcribe any lyrics. Did you? I thought maybe we could just hear some.
No, we can hear some. I didn't want to transcribe any, and I sort of hoped you would because I didn't want to listen to this any longer than I had to.
I do that sometimes. I'm like, I really don't want to transcribe
Andy will
this
definitely
bit.
transcribe this.
I reckon Andy will do this.
It's audio poison. I couldn't listen to it.
Well, Andy, having just introduced it as audio poison, podcast listeners, prepare to enjoy Scream Team.
When you don't want to do what you think you want to do and you can't find a pop or a cop, and you got two friends who'll be hanging to the end, you're never gonna make a stop. If you see them coming, better stop running with the Scream Team. Better stop running. Wanna treat or trick it, you know you gotta kick it with the Scream Team.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good stuff, isn't it?
Funky
So
fresh.
we open on some ghosts floating around a house, seemingly searching for the soul of a recently deceased person, which isn't how it works in the mythology of the film. Needless to say, all these ghosts look like Winamp visualizations.
They do. I was trying really hard to think of how to describe them, and the best thing I could come up with was, imagine like you're watching Eurovision in 2004.
Yeah.
And they've got a ropey CGI intro where all the flags of the different nations fly to the host nation. That's kind of what it looks like. They're sort of these brightly coloured CGI ribbons.
Yeah, sort of twirling ribbons.
Yeah.
They just sort of move around. It's like a Windows 95 screensaver.
Yes, it's a bizarre way to portray ghosts.
It's
in
probably
a
quite a
film.
cheap way to portray ghosts.
I suppose. Well, there are cheaper ways. You could simply have a person do it.
Yeah.
And go,
or
"Whoa."
just let your Windows 95 PC go to sleep.
Yeah, that's true. Screen record that. The other option for ghosts was flying toasters.
Just pipes
Yeah,
stretching
just
out through the house.
They're going on the ghost pipeline.
We see a human corpse slumped in front of a television. Hey kids, what's on the Disney Channel?
Oh, a human corpse.
Yeah. A woman comes in with a cop. She says, I came to carve some pumpkins for Halloween when I found him. And the man is dead.
We hard cut from a pumpkin on this dead man's table to a pumpkin being smashed in some kind of crusher machine.
Yep, in a pumpkin smashing machine.
Yep, it's supposed to be a motorised pumpkin carver, and we see an elderly man explaining to his young grandson Ian, who is assisting him, and his granddaughter Claire, who is played by Kat Dennings from Thor, and she's filming on a video recorder. He's explaining that this machine he's invented will revolutionise Halloween.
Yeah.
He is a fun, wacky, inventing granddad.
He says no one wants a pumpkin smasher, it's a pumpkin carver they want, which begs the question why they designed the machine to be a big smashing pumpkin press.
Pumpkin smasher.
Yeah.
Also, Grandad has not thought about this invention at all.
No.
No one wants a pumpkin carving machine. It completely obviates the whole point of carving a pumpkin. It would like having a robot that decorates the Christmas tree. And you'd be like, wow, that's great. Save me a job. Or
Yeah.
a special catapult that sends your kid off to college. So you don't have to leave the house. Just sort of... You load his posters and his luggage in and...
Yeah, some sort of shrieking robot that'll read Cinderella to your kids at bedtime.
yeah, exactly, yeah. While you sit downstairs, not doing that.
Smashing pumpkins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Grandad is a wacky inventor.
So he makes an adjustment. History is about to be made, he says. The machine saws the top off a pumpkin. It's really working, Gramps, says Ian. We cut to Claire and Ian watching this footage at their grandfather's funeral, strongly implying that he was carved to death by the machine.
It won't be open casket. His face has a sort of ghoulish pumpkin smile carved into it.
Triangles punched out of his eye holes.
Yeah, the skull completely hollowed out.
With
a candle placed in it.
So, step 2, disembowelment, says grandfather. Subconsciously, I grip the arms of the armchair I'm sitting in watching this, steeling myself for what's to come. A spinning blade lowers into the pumpkin. This is in no way easier than regular carving, I've written in my notes.
Also, his invention is the size of a shed. Like you would need a room of your house devoted to do it.
Requires like a gallon of gasoline to run. It sprays pumpkin guts everywhere.
Yeah.
The kids are all watching this video fondly.
But then, so they're at the wake, they're watching this VHS, and Dad comes through.
He's in the video, the granddad says, what do you think we should call step 3? And then it goes all weirdly slow-mo, like something out of a David Lynch movie.
Yeah, it does. So you have to think that Claire, who filmed it, edited it afterwards, knowing that it would probably be played at the funeral, and it could go sort of weird and sad.
Well, she sent it off to David Lynch, who edited it.
Yes. David Lynch will do that if you've got footage of your granddad, and it has to be a granddad. He's very specific.
Yeah, well, actually, you know who David Lynch's editor was, don't you?
No.
Dwayne Dunham, director of Halloween Town and the 13th Year.
Of
you
course.
See, it's all connected.
It's all connected. You've
Via
got
the Red Room.
I have to think Lynch had a hand in Scream Team.
Yeah, almost certainly under the pseudonym Dwayne Dunham.
Yeah, it's why Twin Peaks tails off quite poorly in the second season.
Yeah.
In my mind, they were working on Scream Team for about 10 years.
This is David Lynch's true magnum opus. Dad comes in and he's like, hey, what's with watching this footage of your granddad fondly at his own funeral.
This is entirely inappropriate, he says. Maybe this isn't the right time. The kids point out that the memorial is the right time, but Dad tells them to turn it off and to, quote, go make some meaningless small talk with your grandfather's friends.
He then looks at this freeze frame of his smiling dad on the TV and he says, nice to see you laughing, Dad. Didn't know you had it in you.
Yes, he says it very, very bitterly. Anyway, poking around the house, later Claire finds a man in a room upstairs.
Yeah.
He is stood on a chair and he's tearing books from the shelves.
He's throwing books onto the floor.
Yeah.
In a very destructive and rude way.
Yeah, at this man's wake.
Yeah.
Frank had some books. Claire, right? I'm Warner MacDonald. Your grandfather and I were great friends.
He never mentioned you.
Yeah, well, you were usually only in our little hamlet for a couple of weeks during the summer. But since you're going to be around a little longer this time, you have to come to our big Halloween festival this weekend.
I'm not really in a festival kind of mood.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean,
Everything all right?
Richard. It's wonderful to have you back here, Richard. Well, not wonderful under the circumstances.
So this is Warner.
Warner MacDonald, yes.
Warner MacDonald. After he leaves, Dad explains to Claire that Warner and Grandad have hated each other since grade school. I guess no one then questions why he was at the wake.
Or ransacking Granddad's
ransacking. Well, I suppose actually it does explain.
Yeah.
Like, it makes perfect sense for someone who hated Grandad to be at his wake trashing his house.
Vandalising his house, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's no mystery there.
I could never own you in life, but in death, I'll mess up all your stuff.
Yeah, so try and stop me throwing all your books on the floor now. Oh, you can't, you're dead.
Your precious books in life, you hated them being on the floor. But now
what are you going to do
look
about
alive.
it?
Old Warner.
Yeah, books on the shelf, not now you're dead. So his new thing now is running a Halloween festival. He has a flyer for it. We get a shot of it. It has a drawing of a ghoulish top-hatted figure holding a flaming jack-o'-lantern. And it says the 10th annual Zachariah Kull Halloween Festival.
That's right. We infer that this figure on the flyer is Zachariah Kull. And this is probably a good point to mention as well. The colour grade of this movie and this house is telling us that this is all happening in like upstate New York. I don't know. I don't know how upstate New York has been lumbered with a depressing, sad goth color grade.
Yeah.
But that is, it's like when you see this color grade, you're like, okay,
you're like, it's upstate New York or possibly Maine.
Yeah,
it's that color grade,
or possibly like purgatory. It's like, that's the aesthetic. But you know, you're getting it right. It's a kind of Sleepy Hollow architecture, kind of quite rural, small towns.
It's October. Everything looks damp and grey.
Yes, yeah, it's cool. I like the way it looks. So Ian overhears his dad moaning about how this house is going to be such a pain in the arse to clear out because it's got a basement just full of Grandad's old junk.
Yeah.
And inspired, Ian heads down to take a look and poke about down there.
So we cut to Grandpa's basement. It's full of like science gubbins and inventions. A machine starts whirring and chiming, and then a voice goes, Ian.
Yeah,
and again, ghostly, we hear Ian.
Yeah, we see Ian observed through a sort of ghostly POV. But just as Ian is looking around for the source of the noise, Dad comes down and the haunting stops.
And he also says Ian. So it's possible his dad was just going, Ian, while he came down the stairs.
Oh, excuse me. Ian.
Ian, there we go, that's right.
So Dad is walking around the basement, sort of looking dismissively at all of Grandad's madcap inventions, like, God, look at all this whimsical bullshit, am I right?
Yeah.
And Ian is disgusted at Dad's attitude. He screams that this is not junk. This here, for instance, this is his pumpkin carver. It's going to revolutionise Halloween.
Yeah, because of all the deaths. Halloween will no longer be fondly thought of because everyone's guts got strewn around the place by the pumpkin carving machine.
So Dad sort of stares at Ian with condescending pity. But to be fair, Ian isn't the one who's going to have to haul all this crap to the tip. I feel for the dad here. He's got. I mean, this is a difference watching a DCOM as an adult. You're like, God, that is a hell of a house to clear. I don't.
All this whimsical bullshit is
Yeah.
it's going to be at least 3 van loads.
It's like, oh, Granddad's magical basement. We had such fun down here building his inventions. And you're like, oh my God, how much?
This shit's got no resale value.
This has got no resale value, and
and it's heavy.
And the people at the tip are going to be like, what do you got? And you're going to have to be like, I just don't know. but I'm going to be making 20 more trips today. Please. I think some of it should be in metal, but is it okay if I just put it all in general waste?
Yeah, well, this is all kind of steampunk, like leather and rivets and stuff. It's all mixed, like, media.
Yeah.
Some of this is more like of an art piece, this kind of steampunk turbo vac that he's got down here.
This piece originally, you can see, was a very nice grandfather clock, but my dad has sort of rewired it with a load of like kitsch bullshit.
He's turned it into a whimsical breakfast machine.
Yeah, so general waste? I'm feeling general waste.
So the dad says, I hope you realise how lucky you are, Ian. I would have given anything to hang out down here with him when I was a kid, but he was busy and I was in the way.
Yeah.
So he's sort of moaning to his kid about how his dad didn't love him.
And then he goes, long time ago, doesn't matter now, in a way that suggests it governs his every waking action.
Come on, he says, I left your sister in charge of dinner. Consider yourself warned. So Kat Dennings can't cook.
She's a sister who cannot cook.
So tick that off your bingo card.
So after Claire has failed at dinner, God's sake, Claire, the family head into the living room and they light a fire and they regard once more the festival flyer for the Zachariah Kull festival. And Dad explains the legend of Zachariah.
He's a local legend. He lived with his young bride on the outskirts of town 200 years ago. What did he do to get so famous, says Ian. He burned things down, says Dad. Supposedly Zachariah loved only one thing more than his pretty young bride, and that was fire.
They say you could see the fire in his eyes, says Dad. And we cut to a flashback of Zachariah Kull, who brilliantly is played by Kim Coates from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
And other stuff as well. But here he's Zachariah Kull staring maniacally into a flame.
Loving a fire.
Yeah, loving on a log fire.
His young bride comes out. Please come inside. You'll catch a cold. She says, even though he's like literally 2 feet away from a fire.
If there's one thing Zachariah Kull won't do, it's catch a cold. He's obsessed with fire. He's always close to an open flame.
His face is a foot away from a blazing bonfire.
He's such a warm and healthy man.
Dad continues that fires broke out constantly in the hills around his home. His wife finally had enough and tried to leave him, but he sets the cabin on fire with her still inside it. In a fitting end, the townsfolk found him guilty of murder and sentenced him to be burned in the town square.
But that night, the courthouse in town burned to the ground.
Yeah.
And we see this as well in flashback. And Dad's still in voiceover says, they say he still roams the hills seeking his revenge. And we see a ghostly Zachariah turn menacingly to camera.
Yeah, this Babadook-looking MF
When he
throws a
turns to
fireball.
camera, it looks quite scary and good until he raises a hand, revealing a fireball spell that is
revealing a Windows 95 screensaver.
It's so rude. It looks like if you'd have given me when I was 14 years old a laptop and $100 and said, make the Dragon Ball fan film that you've always wanted. That's how pathetic this looks.
Yeah, $95 went on weed. And $5 went on the visual effects.
How am I supposed to make my Dragon Ball fan film if I'm all tent?
Okay, $35 went on a sick silk shirt with dragons screen printed onto it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I've got to look the part. I've got to take this to Hollywood.
$25 on hair bleach.
Yeah, I've got to get this thing on the festival circuit.
Got to get my frosted tips.
Yeah, maybe $15 to replace my Pro Yo 2, which is wearing out.
And then if there's time, visual effects.
Oh, there was no time.
So you're saying this town is haunted, says Ian. No, he's saying it's full of bumpkins, says Claire. But then the window blows open. The flyer bursts into flames. Dad stamps it out, and all that's left is the face of Zachariah that's staring out at them.
So the kids are rightly terrified by having heard a ghost story about Zachariah Kull, who burns everything, and then his image catches fire. And Dad unhelpfully growls, "You can see it in his eyes," to frighten them.
Anyway, bedtime, kids.
Yeah. Anyway, time to go to sleep in your dead granddad's house. Come on, Dad. I mean, You're making a rod for your own back. Surprisingly, this is not a restful night for the family.
No.
And it's Dad's fault.
Yeah, we cut to Ian going to bed in Grandpa's room. I'm not creeped out, he says, and then he asks for reassurance that Grandpa didn't die in there, which Dad is more than willing to provide.
Yeah, and Dad's like, no, you saw the VHS. He died in hospital, but his injuries took place within the garden.
There's still quite a lot of Grandpa in the pumpkin carving machine. We couldn't get it all out.
Whether or not Grandad died in here really depends on whether or not the windows to this room were open at the time.
I honestly thought the guys at the tip were going to take it until they found all that inside. They said no human remains, so it's still in the basement.
So Ian is woken in the middle of the night by a thumping sound through the walls and a moaning noise.
Yeah, a banging and groaning sound.
Yeah, the walls are sort of shaking and a kind of like, kind of sound.
Well,
so, Grandpa's ghost is getting lucky. I don't know.
Dad's getting lonely. We never see the mother.
That's true, and we never find.
Yeah, it's never said if she's alive or dead or divorced or what. She's just literally never mentioned.
Never mentioned. The bed is shaking anyway, so Ian runs to find his father, and he does so. And when they go back upstairs, Claire emerges from under Ian's bed. She was pranking him.
Yeah. Ian goes back to bed, but then it all starts up again.
Very impressive haunting that Claire organised so far.
Yeah.
It's like the whole room is shaking and it's like adult moans with loads of reverb on.
Yeah.
It's a good haunting.
The door creaks open to the closet. Ian falls out of bed. A book flies off the shelf. Claire, knock it off, he says. But a Winamp visualization floats out of the closet. Ian, it says. And then it flies off around the house and down the stairs. Ian chases it. Dad is...
But he can't see it. Ian sort of loses track of it. But the whole family's awake now. Dad is very sceptical. He doesn't believe Ian when Ian tells him about this. Ian, however, is convinced that what he saw was his granddad trying to get in touch with him. He says, maybe the books falling on the floor was a sign from the beyond. Maybe I'm supposed to read them. And Dad says, then the beyond doesn't know you very well.
Yeah,
Zing.
burn.
Owned.
Get owned, Ian, you little idiot.
Get dunked on, son.
Claire picks up these books. They're from the library. Dad puts them back on the high shelf. There's a box with FC written on it on this shelf, which is Granddad's initials.
Yeah, the wooden box that says FC would probably be more impactful if at any point in this film anyone mentioned Granddad's first name.
They don't. I had to look on IMDb.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, FC, what will it mean?
Yeah.
It's the Granddad we already met. Okay.
Basically nothing has happened, and Ian goes back to sleep.
Sounds like a DCOM. So the next day, the whole family's hauling boxes out of the house. They decide to take a break and go into town. Dad tells Claire to go and get these big books that fell onto the floor because they're going to return them to the library.
Yeah.
Ian's upset. He's like, no, Grandpa's trying to send me a message. Blah, blah, blah. But when the kids run back upstairs to get the books, they find the box marked FC and then leave instead of looking in it.
They go to the library. There's a Zachariah Kull exhibit at the library. The librarian is there. She says she bent the rules letting Grandpa take these books out, but he could be very persuasive, if you know what I mean.
You've heard the walls shaking. The ghost... What he did was so legendary it echoes through the afterlife.
Yeah, some things just like impact on the sort of psychic energy of a house, don't they?
Yes, exactly.
By which I mean Granddad and this librarian's sex that they had. Trying to change the subject from this elderly librarian saying that she banged his dad. The dad says, hey, looks like Zachariah and the festival are finally putting this town on the map.
Yeah.
Yes, before you know it, we'll be giving Salem a run for their money, she says. And this town has more unsolved fires than anywhere else.
Yeah, she says it has more unsolved fires per capita than any town in the state, which isn't really a brag. Like, that doesn't tell me that there are ghostly goings on. That tells me that your police department is ineffective. Like, these fires probably can be explained.
So where should we go for vacation this year, kids? Oh, how about Steeple Falls. It has more unsolved fires per capita than any other city.
Ooh, you're telling me that we could die in a fire and no one would ever have closure on why. I love it.
Pack up the car, kids. We're going to Steeple Falls.
The librarian also explains that Warner, who we've met, he was the one rifling through the books, who is the Zachariah Kull magnate in town. He owns the land that Zachariah Kull's old house used to be on before it burned down. And there's even rumours that Warner is going to scale up his Zachariah festival and build a theme park in the town.
Right.
Which I think sounds good. Let him do that.
I mean, I don't think it seems like enough for a theme park. Like, what's the theme park going to contain?
Yeah, but like, what's the theme of Chessington World of Adventures? It's it was just
they've got a lion. You can go look at.
Yeah, but the lion's not called Chessington, is he? It's not. It's not. Rawr, I'm Chessington. Welcome to my world of adventures.
I mean, okay, fine, fair enough. So yeah, they'll just be like roller coasters and stuff, I guess.
That sounds great. Sounds awesome.
All right, fine.
I would just have like one thing that's Zachariah Kull themed, the color coaster or whatever, and then like I don't know, and then I'd just license everything else out. Then I'd be like, Pepsi Cola presents.
I feel like you need one more license. You got Zachariah Kull and also Batman.
Yeah, I think that would be a big step down, though, wouldn't it, for DC? To share a bill with Zachariah Kull would not be good.
I don't know. You could introduce Zachariah Kull to the DC universe. He could join the Justice League.
Yeah, and vice versa. You could retell the story of Zachariah Kull 200 years ago, except Batman was there and helped him kill his wife.
Yeah, I'll use my Batman genius so you can burn your wife to death more efficiently.
Exactly. I threw a batarang and killed the wife. And then Zachariah set fire to the house.
This seems out of character, Batman. No, it isn't.
Yeah, but it's 200 years ago.
I
was still figuring it out.
This is what I was like 200 years ago. You don't know.
I would just kill. I would help people kill their spouses.
That was my original mission.
Yeah,
and it gradually changed to fighting crime.
I thought that's the best way I could help. A lot of people don't like their spouse. It was 200 years ago. I don't want to be judged by the standards of today.
Back in my day, the best, most moral thing you could do was murder your spouse.
Yeah, if someone said, I don't like my spouse, you're like, well, I'll help you kill them.
I'll help you out. I'm sworn to help out anyone, no matter what their problem is. And everyone's problem was they hated their spouse.
I'm not going to apologise. It was a different time.
When I was a boy, my parents died, and then I fell into a cave full of horrible spouses.
They flew at me.
That's
when I knew.
They all flew at me and jostled me. It was very scary.
My parents were coming out of the opera one night, and a spouse jumped them in the alley.
An angry spouse.
An angry spouse.
Complaining
an angry man
about
who was
household
going to propose. He said, give me that ring so that I can propose to my...
Become a spouse.
Become a spouse.
So, yeah. So the Zachariah Kull theme park sounds good.
Yeah, it does sound good.
We cut to the town getting ready for this festival. There's a pumpkin truck. Warner's unloading hay bales. Dad goes into a store to do some business, and Ian looks across the street at Grandpa's old hardware store. He says,
it still hasn't been rented out. Ian says, I still don't know why Grandad had to close it. And Claire says, yes, you do. Stop talking about it. You know it upsets Dad.
In a way that sort of implies that that'll be revealed later in the film.
That the film will suggest or in any way hint at why Grandad had to close his hardware store.
Yeah, it seems to be a sort of like major plot point, but they do forget about that. So,
they unfortunately, they simply forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warner pulls up. He's looking for the library books, but
he kind of asks menacingly out the window. He's like, "Hey, Granddad's house. There were some books, right? Library books." Yeah. And they're like, "Oh yeah, the books." And he's like, so you found them?" But then this conversation is interrupted because Warner rear ends a pumpkin cart. And he gets out and yells at the people who he rear-ended, telling us that he wields considerable influence in this town.
Yeah, he talks to the kid's dad. He says, I was a real loss to the town when your dad decided to close down the hardware store. Too bad he couldn't find anyone to take it over. Me, I'm lucky. My boys couldn't wait to work with me. This town means the world to them, in a sort of very passag way, to sort of needle the dad for moving out of this horrible town.
Yeah, but Dad is pretty dismissive because who cares what Warner thinks?
Yeah, exactly.
So later back at the house, Claire opens that box marked FC for football club. Dad sees the box and he reveals that it's his 6th grade woodshop project. And so he made it in woodshop and it was a present that he gave his father.
There's a newspaper article inside it about Dad going away to Harvard to study medicine. The article is real.
Yes.
All the text in it actually relates to the plot and isn't about horrible murders or anything. So
that's the Joan Hart difference.
Yeah, that's it. That's the sheen of quality.
Melissa swept in and said, get rid of all of this murder in the newspaper.
Yeah, Melissa swept in and said, here's $20 type of news article.
Gee, Melissa. Wow. I'm
It's just that easy.
Today. So, yeah, we also find out that when Dad gave this box to his father, to Granddad didn't like it and told him that he didn't sand it properly.
Yeah.
So we get more of a picture of the granddad as being an absolute weapons-grade asshole to his son, but really nice to his grandchildren.
Yeah.
Then Ian emerges from the basement.
Yes, he has a steampunk vacuum cleaner. It's stuff to catch a ghost, he says. At night, Ian is fiddling with various steampunk gadgets and then falls asleep, and we get a POV shot of ghosts flying up the stairs.
Yep.
Ian looks alarmed at this. A ghost floats in through a keyhole and then another. It seems to be searching for something. Ian grabs a mason jar, holds it over the keyhole, and then the ghost sort of goes through the keyhole into the jar and he jams the lid on it. Got you, he says.
Nice. This is a good ghost catch.
Yeah.
Very effective.
Gets him in a jar.
Easily gets it.
This is one of those ghosts that can't go through solid objects, even though the ghosts in this film can go through solid objects.
Oh, yeah. And actually, this ghost plays 2 pranks that require him to go
be
through
non-corporeal.
Non-corporeal. Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, nice ghost catch. It didn't occur to me that
he could easily have floated out of
There's a reason
this
I've
jar.
never seen in a movie someone catch a ghost in a bottle, because the most famous thing about ghosts, but really the only important aspect of a ghost is that you can't trap them in a bottle.
You can't trap them in jars. Yeah, and this is almost instantly disproved by the ghost, what it gets up to in the rest of the film. But that's fine, whatever.
Yeah, so the ghost is yelling, "What's going on out there? Yeah. What's happening?" This ghost is Tommy Davidson, the dad from the Proud Family. Next, all of a sudden, in the corridor, British Monty Python comedy icon Eric Idle materialises.
Yep, he's dressed like Napoleon for some reason.
I looked up the uniforms.
Okay.
Because at first I was like, French Revolution or something, but it's an American Revolutionary uniform.
Oh, really?
I am like 90% sure.
With that hat?
With that hat, and also obviously with Eric Idle being ostentatiously British.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess if it's a revolutionary uniform, they all would have been British.
Yes, I suppose so. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's a revolutionary soldier uniform. In any case, he attempts to menace the children.
Yeah. He's immediately threatening and says, "No one will get hurt if you do exactly as I say."
I do hate to be the bearer of bad news, but as we say in the ghost business, boo!
This is the coolest thing in the world. This is not the coolest thing in the world. This is the antithesis of cool.
Now, nobody will get hurt as long as you do exactly as I say. Give me the jar.
No way! Ian, just give him the jar.
Give him the jar, man.
Ian, give him the jar. No!
Fine. I don't want to have to resort to this, but...
That was so not what I needed right now. That was amazing. Can you do anything else?
No.
Good.
So that sound you can hear there is the sound of the vacuum being turned on and comedy legend Eric Idle being sucked into a ghost vacuum.
Yeah. What you also didn't see was that he made a face where his eyes came out on stalks.
Yes.
And
he
his
did.
tongue sort of went...
Yeah.
And then Kat Dennings reacts to this by going, "That was so not what I needed right now."
That is such a brilliantly withering... That is so not what I needed right now.
But yeah, it's.
I'm sorry, you're coming to me with this at the worst time.
You're coming to me with this ghost ball. I would love to be scared of it, but I just don't need it right now.
I'm going to set that as one of my, in Gmail, it sort of predicts three responses for you. Yeah, I'm going to
Sounds good.
To be one of
Leave
them.
it with me. This is so not what I needed right now.
True of every email I receive. So anyway, so Eric Idle sort of gets sucked into the ghost vacuum, but then because he's non-corporeal, he flies through the side of it.
Yeah.
And says, "Gotta fly," and vanishes.
Yeah.
The kids chase the ghost of comedy legend Eric Idle through the house and then out into the woods, but they lose track of Eric Idle.
But then they realise that the ghosts are flying in the sky, so they just sort of look up and they see a bunch of ghosts all flying in the same direction.
Bunch of flags all headed to Eurovision.
Yeah. While inspirational music plays.
So the kids follow where all the ghosts are going, and it leads them to the ruins of an old house. Mm-hmm. We see Eric Idle's CGI flag whoosh down into the basement of this house, and an on-screen subtitle says, "North American Zone 6 Soul Retrieval Center."
Yes.
And you realise this is the point at which the film really risks losing you. It's like, I really didn't want this film to take this kind of turn.
No.
It was going fine, and then it's like, oh, God.
Now we're going to get into the bureaucracy of ghosts.
I think it's because it's a bit too late for this movie to be setting this up. It's like in Men in Black, you're introduced to the Men in Black offices.
If we'd had a pre-credit scene,
yeah,
where they're like, "Oh, we're at the Ghost Retrieval Center. This is what it does."
Yeah.
But now it's like, now we're going to drop this concept on you.
Yeah, exactly. It's like 25 minutes in. It's like, well, now I know that you've not thought really about the pacing. So now, my trust is shattered.
Yeah.
And,
so
I'm right to be mistrustful because this is some weird and tedious and completely unnecessary stuff. Can you try? Can you do it, Andy, please?
Well, it's some kind of ghost processing center. So ghosts from all over are inside. They're of varying levels of attention to detail. There's a pharaoh, a mime, a cowboy, a newscaster, a construction worker.
People from all over the world in 2002.
Exactly. Yeah, this is the North American Sector 6. So
the pharaoh just died
here in upstate New York. The pharaoh from 2,000 years ago died here in upstate New York. People are lining up to walk through a mirror with a sort of another Windows 95 screensaver behind it.
Yes.
A beekeeper is being interviewed. He has a lot of stings on his face.
Yeah.
Some ghosts step into the mirror. A ballerina waves goodbye to everyone. Seems like no normal people have died today. Just sort of like kooky costumed characters.
This is only for people who died hilariously on the job. Whatever your job is, if you died in a funny way, then you can come. We see Kathy Najimy from Hocus Pocus and Sister Act.
And King of the Hill.
She is directing affairs. She is in a wedding dress. That's, she's a sort of ghost bride. Yeah, that's funny, I guess.
That she died on her wedding day.
Yep. Love, I'm busting up over here.
Sad. It's not sad. It's funny.
So she's getting people in line. She's organising people. She's got a sort of anxious energy about her. And we see someone called Dot, a recently dead person, being brought through. Some paperwork on them is done. And then, they proceed through this big glowing mirror that seems to take them to heaven. Yeah. There's a lot of Disney queue attendant grade comedy in this scene, which is not a dig.
Yes.
I like that kind of comedy. But it goes on for quite a long time.
Eric Idle materializes here. He says, "We've got problems. Where's the soul you were sent out to retrieve?" says Kathy Najimy. Again, this is the film will establish that this isn't how it works. The souls do just float over here.
Yeah, we've just seen it. All the souls flutter like flags into the house constantly.
But that's one of the problems. And Jumper, which is the name of the guy in the jar, that's another one of the problems. Claire and Ian fall through the roof for some reason. I don't know how they got on the roof.
I don't know. Well, I think this is all happening in the basement, and I think they're just on the wreckage of the house, so they're on the ground floor.
Fine.
But they fall 3 stories, so this is a big ass basement basically. Yeah. So they fall through and they see all the ghosts.
Yeah, there's a man with a puffer fish.
Yeah.
You have to, as long as you died in a hilarious way, you end up here, I think.
Yeah, you go through this processing centre. Yeah. So Eric Idle steps forward and says to the children, "You are only dreaming." But the kids are not convinced. They stand up. and they produce the glass jar that has Jumper in it.
Yeah, they offer to trade him for information.
Yes, which is a good trade, but is immediately neutralised because Mariah, which is the name of the anxious bride played by Kathy Najimy, magically summons the bottle out of their hands, and they free the ghost inside, and we see that he's dressed in airman's garb.
Well, he's a skydiver, I think, a parachutist.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. But his chute didn't open, I suppose.
Yeah,
and that's how he died.
Also funny.
Yeah. Why isn't he all smashed up?
Good question.
Why isn't he just like a sort of like walking slab of mince?
Maybe he did. I assume. Well, we have to assume that he didn't die in a parachuting accident. Then maybe he was shot.
Or he was poisoned on the plane.
Yeah, he's
poisoned on the plane and then pushed out.
Yeah,
and they were like, they'll just assume your chute didn't open.
Well, yeah, I mean, his chute is on his back, like out of the pack. So it seems like maybe the chute did open, but he was dead on the way down.
Imagine having to go through the whole afterlife dragging a parachute.
A parachute behind you.
So awful.
Maybe he like banged his head on the plane door when he was getting out, and that's.
Yeah, or a bird strike got him.
Yeah, bird strike.
A seagull went clean through his heart.
A block of frozen urine from a passenger plane. He collided with it.
Passed neatly through his skull. In through one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
That would explain why there's no sort of visible hole on him.
That's a real Jonathan Creek mystery.
Yeah.
Just a cylinder of frozen urine went directly through his brain. But by the time Jonathan Creek arrived,
the urine had melted. It was like, how did this dead man piss on his own head?
Well, his bowels must have released, and as he was falling, that's why he got all piss on his head. And then Jonathan Creek's like, no. Something more mysterious has happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ian looks round and he correctly assesses that this place is some kind of ghost way station.
Jumper introduces himself and Coffin Ed, which is Eric Idle's character, and he says, "That's right, we're the Soul Patrol."
And they sort of hold for applause.
There's a lawyer in the background makes the sort of...
It is
makes
like
the sort of
that.
hand across the throat.
It really has the end. You know the bit in the movie where they say the name of the movie?
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, cool. And normally there's a sort of like pregnant pause after they say that, just so that you can react. They sort of do that. The Soul Patrol. And you're like, just checking the box of the DVD
The Soul
again.
Patrol. Someone check that's cool, actually, now that I think about it. But for the time being, we are the Soul
Patrol.
Yeah.
Scream Team, 6-7 Central.
Hey, kids, we're the Scream Team. So let's get ready to go on patrol with the Scream Team.
Hold on to your souls. It's the Scream Team.
Hold on to your souls. We're on a roll. That's why they call us the Scream Team.
So Claire watches as souls walk through the mirror into heaven. She asks what's on the other side. Is it heaven? And Mariah and Coffin Ed explain that they don't know what's waiting on the other side. They've never been through. When they died, they got immediately bounced into admin duty. Mm-hmm. A puzzling mystery that you imagine the film will at some point explain. but there's only
so frustrating.
There's about 20 more minutes of this film before it becomes entirely about natural gas, so there's really no time.
Like, it's everyone else gets to go to heaven except these three, and it's never explained why.
Because of the horrible things they did when they were alive.
It's got to be something like really transgressive, like cannibalism or something.
Yeah.
Like, what did they do? like Zachariah Kull gets to go to heaven later. He kills a bunch of people.
Zachariah Kull, who's like exploding his house, gets to go to heaven ahead of these three.
Something really dark.
It's got to be bad. When Zachariah Kull sees him, he's like, "Oh, I heard about you three.
Don't eat my organs.
I thought you were a myth." So
Ian is going through a big ledger. He sees Grandpa's name, but it's not checked off. Why didn't he cross over? He says. The admin team don't know. Some kind of unfinished business, maybe.
I knew it. That was Grandpa I saw last night.
Why didn't he cross over? Other than the fact it looks kind of creepy. Who knows? The dead are very unpredictable. Could be unrequited love, revenge, poor sense of direction.
Don't you try and figure out why they stayed behind?
The number of people who die in my district is supposed to match the number of people who cross over. The why is not my concern.
How about we make you a deal?
No, the dead don't make deals.
You help our grandfather to cross over, and we promise never to tell a soul about what we saw.
Deal.
But first, you have to let my grandfather fulfill whatever it is he's trying to do.
Okay, but he has to be here by tomorrow night. I can only claim an accounting error for so long.
So as they leave, Ian gloats to Claire about ghosts being real, actually.
Yeah.
So take that, Claire. I haven't mentioned it so far, but at this point in my notes, there's been so much day for night shooting in this film that it's starting to get really distracting. You know, where like they shoot in daytime and then just like change the lighting after the fact to make it look like it was filmed at night.
Yeah.
And it always looks terrible. And I understand why it is sometimes done, but
especially
much
with child actors.
Yeah, they got to go to bed. Oh,
yeah.
But so much of this movie is at night. Like, come on, just let them sleep in or in the next day or something.
Or get a big tarp.
Yeah, right. Blot out the sun with a tarp.
Yeah, with a big tarp. Yeah. You'd be surprised by how many film-making problems can be solved with a big tarp.
With a great big tarp, yeah. It's like gaffer tape. Gaffer tape. It's like, it basically solves everything. So the kids get back to the house. Dad is there with the police. He was obviously out of his mind with terror because his children just ran into the woods in the middle of the night and have been missing for hours.
in this spooky-ass Sleepy Hollow town full of headless horsemen.
Yeah.
But Ian says that they were frog hunting. It's an unconvincing excuse, but they go into bed. The cops are unimpressed, but no harm, no foul. In the morning, a steampunk mechanical rooster pops up and crows.
Yeah,
so this is another one of Grandad's wacky inventions. He made a steampunk mechanical rooster for some reason.
The main problem, like, I don't mind Grandad's whimsical bullshit inventions, but it is so at odds with everything the dad says about him being a cold and distant and exceptional. I just love the idea. It'd be like if Doc Brown hated his child. You know, it's like, Marty, we gotta get you back to the future. Dad, can I get a lift? What now? I'm trying to help Marty.
Welcome, children, to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Yeah. We've got Frobscottle and Frumpshit. What are you doing here, Peter? Yeah. I said, not in the chocolate factory while I have guests. Out.
I'm so sorry about Peter, everyone.
Sorry, yes. Sorry. Anyway,
yeah,
what was I saying? Everlasting gobstoppers.
Yes, yeah. I'm sorry. Peter's ruined it.
Once again. Peter's ruined it.
I hope he can hear me through the walls. You've ruined it again, Peter.
I can smell that weed.
Oh, Peter, you'll want to hear this bit. Charlie, guess what you get? My whole factory.
That's right, you're taking over the business, Charlie.
That's right, Charlie. I just really like the cut of your jib.
Yep, with no heirs to carry on my business.
No good
I had to come up with this whole rigmarole.
Pete, actually, Charlie, hold on 1 second, just before you sign. I want Peter to see this. Peter, get in here. You see that piece of paper? That's a contract that gives Charlie my whole factory. Sign it, Charlie. Thank you, Charlie. Peter, you may leave.
Not in the great glass elevator. You'll take the stairs.
Charlie and I are going to ride in there. Yeah, so like the granddad in this film is just, he's like everything he does is so whimsical. And we see this old footage of him like being a whimsical eccentric with his grandchildren. But then dad's like, yeah, he pretty much rejected all the presents I gave him and
told me they were improperly sanded.
Yeah, he's like, he never smiled. And all he seems to do is caper around, smiling and tinkering with weird equipment.
Mechanical roosters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not now, son.
A baffling character.
So, the next day, when Dad is out, the kids begin their quest in earnest, which we remind you is to find the ghost of their grandfather. Before he leaves, however, Dad decides that he should probably check in because they haven't really talked about the recent loss of their beloved grandfather. So Dad says to them, "You're okay, right?" in a sort of leading way. And they're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Cool, thumbs up." And then he goes. So they head upstairs and they look through that wooden box.
Mm-hmm.
Ian is wielding a dustbuster vacuum cleaner in case Grandpa doesn't come peacefully, he says. Claire has this box of mementos and old photos. She's sort of hoping that will lure Granddad out. So the first thing they try is yelling at Grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
So Ian shouts, "Hey, Gramps, it's Ian and Claire, and we have to talk to you now." And then the ghost of their grandfather emerges from the closet.
Yeah, that was all it took, it turns out.
I bet some would-be mediums through history would have loved to get hold of this information.
Yeah, you just yell at the ghosts.
Ghosts,
until they
come out! Thank you. The ghost's like, all good.
Oh, gee, all right.
Yeah, so they're like, Grandad, come out, we want to talk. Yeah. And Grandad's like, hello, I heard you wanted to talk to my ghost.
Well, I was going to cross over to the eternal paradise, but I suppose if you're yelling.
Yeah, if you're yelling. So Claire tells Grandpa that it's important that he crosses over. And suddenly, Grandpa, who hasn't said anything at this point, looks very concerned.
The fire bursts into flames in the grate. It forms into the Babadook-looking Zachariah Kull. He pulls Grandpa into a fireball in his hand.
It looks like when you suck a Pokemon back into the Pokeball. It's like, shoomp, like there.
Ian turns on the dustbuster. Unsurprisingly, this has no effect on the demonic fire demon, Zachariah Kull. He smiles and then he crushes Grandpa in his hand and then laughs and he says, "Something to remember me by," and throws a fireball that sets the curtain on fire.
And then escapes. So Dad comes back to find that the house is all partially burned. The kids say, "If we told you what really happened, you wouldn't believe us." But no harm done, and Dad is not placated by this.
Yeah, Dad says, "I'm gone for 10 minutes and you've set the house on fire. What is going on with you two? Are you acting out, trying to get back at me? Don't take it personally," says Ian. So, argument over.
QED. I think Dad should maybe let them torch the place, because, like, thinking about the basement problem and selling the house...
It's an elegant solution.
It's an elegant solution. Like, check that the insurance is all up to date, and then I think just let the kids go wild with the gasoline.
Well, Claire is like, "I thought Dad said that Zachariah Kull was just a legend." Well, apparently not, says Ian. Dad picks up the memories box that we saw on the shelf earlier, and he sees a pic of him and his dad, and he sort of shakes his head ruefully and smiles. So he's sort of fondly remembering his cold patrician father.
It should be said, inventor. So the children have left to go back to Ghost HQ.
Yeah.
It should be pointed out that they are surprisingly calm, considering they've just found out that Zachariah Kull is A, real, and B, owns their granddad's soul.
Yeah, crushed it in his fist and turned it into a fireball.
In his fist and threw a fireball at them. So back at Ghost HQ, Eric Idle is reading a newspaper called The Dead Times, and it seems to all be obituaries. That's the
I feel like you could come up with a better pun name for a newspaper for ghosts.
Yeah, probably you could. Well, let's give ourselves 10 seconds, which I imagine is what they had.
Okay.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Grave reviews. That'll do.
Pretty good.
That'll do.
The grave. The ghost reporter.
Oh, a ghost written.
Ghost writing.
Ghost writing.
Yeah, ghost writing.
Okay, there we go.
Ian runs in and says, "A flaming creepy just siphoned off my grandfather."
Yeah, he like sort of quips it.
Yeah.
In a very 2002 way, when kids had more attitude.
Guess what? A flaming creepy just siphoned off my grandfather. Again? Yeah.
Yeah, again. So Jumper leaps to his feet. "You're not talking about Zachariah Kull, are you?" The gang explain, I mean, the Soul Patrol explain that Zachariah is holed up in...
Scream Team.
Yeah. The ghost of Zachariah lives in an abandoned mine on the south side.
He's a ghost. Where does he live anyway?
He lives in an abandoned mine. They say, Zachariah Kull, he lives in an abandoned mine on the south side of town. And what he does is he captures people's souls and then he steals their life force. And everyone's just like, got it.
So he takes the life force from dead people. They don't have any life force, they're dead, you idiot.
Never occurred to Zachariah. Wow, I'm getting trace amounts of life force from all these dead people. There must be a better way.
He's the kind of ghost that's out for revenge, says Jumper. He gives us all a bad name.
So Ian says, "Does this mean Grandpa can't cross over?" And Mariah says, "Don't worry, everything is fine. Look, I'm smiling." And she does some sort of anxious business where she pretends that everything is fine. She goes over to a big book with all of her records and she says, "Look, even though Zachariah Kull occasionally crushes someone's soul in his fiery fist, this station maintains a ratio of 99.9999999% of, like, that not happening." Which is apparently an impressive ratio.
Yeah.
So the kids don't want Grandpa's soul to be lost to a rounding error in this way.
No. Jumper he wants to join. He says, "We're the Soul Patrol. I say we go kick some serious ghost butt."
As only the Scream team can.
Yeah. Coffin Ed, Eric Idle, explains that he has just 1 week left on the Force. What? What does that mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean, though?
What do you mean you've got 1 week left until...
It's going to be... Also,
so
we later find
frustrating.
out that Mariah has no idea when her time is up and she gets to go to heaven.
Yeah, they told Eric Idle.
They told Eric Idle, Coffin Ed.
Yeah, you've got 1 more week to work in the ghost processing facility for all those people you ate.
Maybe his cannibalism was less direct. Yeah. Maybe he simply sort of facilitated...
Or maybe he
cooking.
ate Mariah's chili that she made
without
without knowing what was in it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, well, we have to put you on admin duty for a few hundred years, but we get it. I'll let you know when it's up. So, yeah, that's fine. So
the Soul Patrol is on a roll, says Jumper.
The Scream Team Patrol is on a roll. I say we go kick some serious ghost butt, and the funky backing track from the movie starts kicking in so that we know Jumper's sentiments are funky fresh and...
Too legit to quit.
Too legit to quit. So Jumper persuades Eric Idle to help. Let's go get your grandpa. And everyone leaves apart from Mariah because she doesn't want to.
Real active team we've got here. It's just...
But don't worry, Jumper and Coffin Ed aren't going to do anything. So
Coffin Ed doesn't want to be there either.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good stuff.
So the gang walks to the old mine. They're wheeling the homemade vacuum suction thing.
Mm-hmm.
Claire points out that she doesn't understand why Zachariah is out for revenge. He flambéed his wife and burned down half the town. Sounds like he got what he deserved, she says.
Yeah, she thinks that they need to figure out his motivation. Ian doesn't think that.
Yeah.
I'm with you, says Jumper. It's now or never. Let's crowbar open this old mine shaft. And they get a lift down to this abandoned mine. This is so cool, says Ian. It's a brilliant plan, says Coffin Ed. The 3 of us will distract him, and then Ian will hold Zachariah Kull's ghost down and punch him hard in the face. That's the whole plan.
So inside, they find this. They find a large cavernous room with an ever-burning chasm of sulphurous flame broiling in the middle in midair. But imagine it like 50% less good than you're picturing. Then Zachariah Kull himself sort of breaststrokes out of the middle of the fire.
Mm-hmm.
What's he doing? Claire whispers. And Jumper, who apparently is a Zachariah Kull expert, says he's powering up.
Why haven't... Zachariah Kull died 200 years ago. They know where he is. They know what he's doing, and yet they've never come down here to, stop him or say anything.
Or even just ask him nice.
Or ask him what he's doing.
Yeah, but it's only 0.00001% of the souls that he's crushing in his fiery fist.
What's he doing? Oh, I know this. He's powering up with the life force
with all
of
of the souls he's taken. Did you ever feel like doing your job and preventing that, Jumper?
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean the Soul Patrol.
It took us 3 minutes to walk here from your house.
Of course, they're ghosts. They could have got there in no time.
He keeps the souls that he's captured in the mine shaft below.
Yeah.
He steals their life force. Probably not much of that in dead people, but fine. Start it up, says Ian, and they start the steampunk vacuum cleaner.
And run heroically into battle. At first, it seems to be working. Zachariah Kull is pulled inexorably towards the steampunk vacuum cleaner.
Yep.
But having been sucked in most of the way, the machine stalls. Ian kicks it and it restarts, sucking in Zachariah all the way.
Yeah.
And they... So I don't know what that was about. And they put a cork on the end. Eric Idle and Jumper are also present in this scene. But they're just sort of visible in the background observing this happening.
Now we just need to get him back to the portal. But wait, the engine starts sputtering, and then Cole just sort of gets out of the vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
And then Claire falls down the soul hole.
Yeah, Cole fires out of the vacuum and bumps into Claire, and she falls into this pit.
Mm-hmm.
The mine shaft is like a circular pit in the middle of this room, like going all the way down to a bunch of lava. I think you can sort of see a bunch of
the Earth's molten core. I think,
yeah, they dug too greedily.
Yeah, right.
So Claire grabs hold of some rocks about 10 feet down. She's trying to hold on, but then faces start emerging from the rock. going, "Help me!"
Yeah.
It's quite distressing.
Like a little Calabar Jr. face coming out of a rock. But so Zachariah Kull, when he steals a soul and takes its life force,
he crushes it in his fist, takes its life force, and then
takes its life force.
But then
somehow puts it in a stone. Puts their face in a stone. Where it's sentient and can talk.
Why, though? Surely the bit that is sentient and can talk is some life force that he could be crushing in his fist.
Do you know how Zachariah Kull stole their grandfather's soul?
Yeah.
He's not here.
Yeah, they don't see Grandad.
You don't see Grandad, which would probably be quite a powerful motivator for them.
Yeah, I think it's because they think that would be, maybe the makers of the film thought that would be too for some reason, for them, that was the line. We can see the faces of trapped souls coming out of the wall going, help me. But we can't see actual Grandad do it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Ian drops a rope to Claire. She gets pulled up. Help me, Claire, moaning all the stones. She makes it out, but then Zachariah Kull charges Jumper and explodes him in flames. No, says Coffin Ed, who is present for this scene.
Yeah. Eric Idle had kind of gone over to try and help with the rope, but he can't make physical contact with it. So he only stands there doing nothing. Yeah. So anyway, they vow as they flee to rescue Jumper, who got exploded by Zachariah Kull. Every time this team does anything, they end up with more people to rescue. They're like, let's summon Grandad. Oh, he's been crushed in Zachariah Kull's fist.
Yeah.
Well, let's go rescue him. Oh, Jumper got
crushed in Zachariah Kull's fist.
We've got to save Jumper.
Yeah.
Oh, Ian got crushed.
So they go off, defeated from the mine. They all run off.
Yeah.
They're going to go and look for the trail of Zachariah Kull. The cops show up. I know just what to do, says Coffin Ed. And then he turns into some light and flies off. Bye, enjoy your stay in prison, he says.
Thanks for your contributions to the plot so far, Coffin Ed. So one grumpy cop says to the kids, "Do you know why they sealed off this old mine in the first place? Natural gas leaks. You're lucky you didn't suffocate."
Which does explain why everyone in town is seeing all these ghosts.
Yeah. Could everything up until now have been a hallucination? Is there a reading of this?
I think it's probably the most. Yeah. I think it's the most plausible explanation for this film. Everyone in town is like huffing natural gas. You know that Simpsons episode with the Praiseland amusement park?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just that. It's that everyone's just getting goofy off the gas, and they're like, "Wow, ghosts and Zachariah Kull."
That makes sense.
It's all real.
So Dad is furious that the kids snuck into an exploding mine. Fair enough. That's on his naughty list. So he picks them up at the police station. He says that tomorrow he's taking them back to Boston, being in the town of whatever this place is called, Sleepy Hollow, Fawley Hollow,
something
Sleepy Falls.
Yeah.
Falls. Being in this town is bad for them, so he's taking them to Boston. We see that this interaction between Dad and the kids is being observed through eye holes.
Yeah.
Cut in some construction hoarding for Motel Z, which is a Zachariah Kull themed motel that's under construction. There are going to be 5 new locations in this town that has about 5 buildings.
Yeah, I would say that.
I'd say in a Zachariah themed motel.
It's Warner. He is observing and he smiles to himself.
What's his game?
Back at the house, Claire is explaining what happened to her dad, featuring ghosts. You can't send us home while Zachariah is still loose and Grandpa hasn't crossed over, she explains. Dad smashes a nut with an automatic nut machine.
All of Grandpa's inventions are crushers, and they're all the size of a shed. Like this. I mean, we talked about how nutcrackers are bullshit, but they are at least not the size of a shed. And this is, this gigantic crushing machine to smash walnuts.
Yeah. Grandad never met a problem that he didn't try to solve with a crushing machine.
With a crushing machine.
Yeah.
Don't like my son? Crushing machine.
Yeah. Hey, try my nose hair trimmer. It just crushes your nose in this machine.
Crushes you. You won't be worried about hair anymore.
You've got bigger problems.
Crushed nose.
A crushed nose.
Now you look like Walton Goggins in Fallout. So Ian loses his temper with his dad, probably because while his dad is administering an important bollocking, he's also operating a huge nutcracker. He shouts that all that they're trying to do is save their grandfather, and Dad shouts too. It's all getting a bit heated, and then Claire intervenes.
Ian, caring is a two-way street, and your grandfather...
What is it with the men in this family? You and Grandpa could barely say hello to each other. You two are always fighting. Knock it off. We've got a lot more important things to worry about.
You know, that's just the kind of thing your mother would have said. What in the world is going on out there?
So outside, the yard is burning.
Yes, so they run out to check. There are some kind of flames in the garden. They work together to extinguish it. It was words. Stay away, it says on their lawn.
Yikes.
What kind of insane prank was that? Says Dad.
It's not a
I don't
prank.
think it was a prank, says Claire. No, neither do I.
No, I think it's a crime.
Yeah. Criminal vandalism.
Yeah, it's like a really horrible, intimidating thing to do.
Yeah, but they all look like someone just walked over their grave.
Yeah. So the kids believe that Zachariah did the warning.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. This is the next morning now. It's breakfast. Dad doesn't agree, but he says he doesn't like people threatening his family. So he says that actually they're not going back to Boston. Someone setting fire to their lawn convinced him to keep his children there. So,
actually, I think I'll stay here in this town where people are setting fire to my children.
You'd like to set fire to my children, wouldn't you, mystery assailant?
Well, I'll keep them here so you can do just that. How do you like that? Calling your bluff, sir. Oh no, my children.
My children. They're all on fire. So, Dad says that they can stay here after all, but on one condition: no more trouble.
Yeah.
And Ian says, could you be more specific? And then we cut to the kids striding past a no trespassing sign in the woods, and Ian says, good job he wasn't more specific, which I think is a really good line.
Dad didn't specifically say no criminal trespassing.
Yeah.
They're looking for Zachariah Kull's cabin. They've got Coffin Ed with them. He is present for this scene, despite contributing nothing. Claire is still searching for Zachariah's motive. She thinks they'll never be able to stop him until they know what he wants. Ed believes his motive is nothing less than the total destruction of the town and all its inhabitants.
Yeah, this once again, Claire is like, maybe we don't know the whole Zachariah Kull story, and everyone else is like, shut up, Claire. He's straightforwardly evil. Stop trying to make Zachariah's redemption arc happen. So they find the crater where Zachariah's house once stood.
Mm-hmm.
We see something observing the three of them from the bushes.
Yeah.
So they found this crater. It's weird to me that this isn't already monetized in some way. Like, this is,
I mean,
like,
it seems like it's a bit of a way out of town, so maybe it's...
I suppose.
He's going to build like a Shinkansen bullet train between town and the cabin.
Andy, you went to Sleepy Hollow, right?
I did, yeah.
How monetized was Sleepy Hollow?
Not loads, I wouldn't say.
Oh,
like
fair
you can go into the cemetery without having to pay anything. Like
we went to Salem and it was heavily monetized.
It was, yeah. Sleepy Hollow less so. There's like a museum, but it's not a museum about like the Headless Horseman or anything. It's an old example of like colonial era architecture.
And they're sick of people asking about the Headless Horseman.
Yeah, they do like very begrudgingly sell like little plush Headless Horseman in there, which you can tell they're not happy about, but it's clearly all that's keeping this museum afloat.
The look of disdain as you bring that to the till.
Like, what else have you got about the Headless Horseman? Like, we do actually have very interesting books about the daily life of the settlers in this area.
Did you find the exhibit of the day of the life of a colonial era fireman?
Pumpkin flavoured candy.
Well, the layout of the town was influential in many ways.
So did any exploding pumpkins land around here when he was throwing them during his wild rides?
Sir, that's the Green Goblin.
Where is the Headless Horseman's Goblin glider?
Is this the glider that Johnny Depp rode on when he killed Spider-Man?
Well, great museum. Here's $100.
Yes, it's the glider. Boy, it's like an old weaving machine or something.
Yeah. Wow, the real thing.
So Claire is eager to scout the site. She goes down into the crater and 2 seconds later shouts, "Yes, I found it." She finds like a little screw thingy that would fit on the end of an old pipe. And she goes down to the bottom of the crater and says, "I'll bet you anything there's a pipe at the bottom of this crater."
Yep.
She's working on a theory. Can you guess what the theory is? Yes, you can.
That's right. It's natural gas.
Natural gas. So they closed the mine in this town because the hills are full of explosive natural gas.
Mm-hmm.
But at no point in the town's history, the town that closed the mine, because the hills are full of explosive natural gas,
yes.
At no point did that make anyone reconsider the legend of Zachariah Kull, reputed to be the cause of unexplained fires in the hills and whose house mysteriously exploded.
Exploded. They're like, no. Don't need to think about that.
Just another sort of fireball goes up in the hills. Oh, Zachariah up to his old tricks again.
Old pyromancer Zachariah Kull.
It's like, I think you could save a lot of lives if you address this.
Yeah.
What is clearly a natural gas problem.
No, it's a firemancer.
It'd be like if LA had a legend of Ichabod shakes, and when there was an earthquake, they were like, "Ooh." They say old Ichabod is...
Yes, Ichabod, this house on the San Andreas fault.
They say old Ichabod roams the fault line, occasionally destroying...
He earthquaked his wife to death, so we shook him apart in the town square.
And now he roams the tectonic plates,
causing earthquakes.
Shaking stuff sometimes. There's simply no way to improve our lives.
Yeah.
But there's nothing to be done about this.
Old Ichabod eclipse would occasionally go into the sky and cover the moon.
There's no other explanation. Anyway, Eric Idle and Ian are watching from the top of the crater like, lol, Claire has lost her mind looking for a gas pipe in this mysteriously exploded house. And then she finds a massive pipe sort of poking out the middle of the crater.
It's like the first thing anyone would notice.
It would be like it's like half the height of an adult, and the crater's not that big.
Yeah.
It's like a gigantic sort of, and the top of the pipe is all sheared off as if it's exploded.
Claire is the first person in history to have noticed this.
Yeah, to have looked at the crater and gone, hey, look, there's a gas pipe in the bottom of this.
They ask Eric Idle to go down the pipe in his ghost form to determine how deep it is. So reluctantly, he turns into a Winamp visualization and goes down the pipe.
He's very reluctant to contribute in any way to moving the story
to
forward.
advance the plot in any...
But eventually he is cajoled into going in.
Yeah.
And then suddenly in a jump scare shot, we see the kids in reverse and there's a huge Alsatian above them atop the crater, growling. Eric Idle pops back out of the pipe. So I guess he didn't go in much.
No, just a bit.
Yeah. And they ask him to distract the dog while they run away. And
so he does that. They run off through the woods. They manage to escape. So we cut to town and they're at the library. They're looking at the artifacts of Kull. Claire sees a round metal thing and exclaims that it would fit perfectly around a pipe.
One of the very few Zachariah Kull items that the museum has in its Zachariah Kull exhibit about the mysterious figure from folklore whose house mysteriously exploded. One of the very few items they have is an exploded gas pipe. It's like a sheared apart gas valve.
No, some people in town get close to figuring out the truth, and then they sort of pass out from gas. And when they wake up, they've forgotten it.
Oh, it's like, here's Zachariah's pipe, here's Zachariah's shaving kit, here's Zachariah's sheared apart exploded gas main.
It's Zachariah's gas valve.
You know he exploded his wife on purpose.
His wife had enough of his fire powers.
He exploded his house on purpose, so we burned him alive. And then that night, the town hall exploded randomly. One of many random explosions.
Zachariah Kull's curse.
So it seems that even from beyond the grave, Zachariah Kull
is able to explode buildings.
Explode any building that happens to sort of be near to a gas fault.
Do you think this could be caused by all the pockets of natural gas in town? Oh, we got another one, fellas! Burn him at the stake.
Now
light the match, Stephen. Zachariah Kull's curse is back.
Zachariah exploded the execution site.
His terrible vengeance.
His ghost is keeping the flame burning, look.
So anyway, this town of absolute morons can't put this together.
The problem is that because it takes everyone so long to put it together, the rest of the film is going to be about everyone talking about natural gas incessantly. Until eventually someone goes, do you think maybe natural gas is the answer to everything that's happening?
It's like they're trying to explain natural gas to a child.
Yeah.
For the rest of this movie.
So hey, they spot this thing they didn't notice before. The exhibit about the man who exploded his house has an exploded piece of gas pipe recovered from the wreckage of his home. They ask they ask for papers from the time of when Zachariah Kull was alive. And the librarian says, oh, yes.
Sorry, they all exploded.
A lot of these... No, she says, yes, I bound up all the gazettes into books.
Let me go and fetch them, she says. A dull explosion sound comes from the other room.
Oh,
Zachariah Kull's curse. No, she says, I have all the old newspapers. They're the exact same books that your grandpa bought back the other day.
Yeah, so they're the ones that they returned earlier in the movie, the ones that fell off the shelf. She goes to get them, but they're missing. The kids say, has anyone else been looking for the books? And the librarian says, well, just Warner.
Only Warner.
That's the end of her train of thought.
Yeah.
It's like, the books are gone. Was anyone looking at them? Warner was. Anyway, bye.
Anyway, I doubt we'll ever solve this mystery. Much like the mysterious disappearance of Zachariah Kull.
And then she and the library explode.
But there's no time to think about it because the library explodes.
I always think better when I've got my trusty pipe. Let me just spark up. So the kids are a bit sharper, luckily, and they go to find Warner.
Well, they haven't inhaled as much gas. They've only been in town for a couple of days.
And they find Warner's truck in town, and in the back of the truck is the dog that menaced them, the Alsatian.
Hey, kids, you looking for me?
Oh, hi, Mr. McDonald. We were just looking at your dog. Seems pretty wiped out.
Yeah, well, we had a little problem with some trespassers up on the hill this morning. He just about ran himself silly. Some people just don't know when to stay away.
What did you say?
You heard me. Well, I'd better be getting along. Tonight's the big night, and we still haven't finished constructing the bonfire. Hope you kids can make it.
So we have to go to Warner's house. We need to know what's in those books, says Claire.
Oh, Eric Idle comes back as well. He sort of...
Yes. Coffin Ed then emerges from Warner's exhaust pipe for some reason. He says, I wish he'd get a new muffler. I didn't get a wink of sleep in there.
So he just went to sleep.
He tried to go to sleep in Warner's exhaust pipe, but couldn't.
I want the timeline of Coffin Ed's actions in this film. He's like, watches, does nothing, tries to pull rope, cannot, flees police.
Goes into an exhaust pipe.
Reluctantly goes into pipe, quickly emerges before he can learn anything, like, it's full of natural gas, for instance.
Goes into a second pipe.
Tries to fall asleep.
So that's...
Meanwhile, the children are like running around, Scooby-Dooing their hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ghosts contribute. Also, a reminder that Jumper is gone from the film.
He's out. He's done.
One of the three ghosts on the artwork.
Of the Soul Patrol. Sorry, Scream Team.
Yeah, sorry. Of the Scream Team, Warner is functionally removed from the film because he's in Zachariah Kull's ghost wall now.
Yeah.
Eric Idle's Coffin Ed just won't do anything.
Mm-hmm. And Mariah is barely in it. She won't leave the office.
Yeah, she didn't want to come. So that's your adventuring.
Soul Patrol.
That's your adventuring party. So anyway, they're like, we've got to find Warner's house, but how? And then cut to, they're outside a house, and they say, according to the mailbox, this is Warner's place. So I guess they just wandered the town, looking at every mailbox. A desperately slow and unlikely way to find someone.
Oh, hey, Luke, I'm just here at the public library researching crackpot inventors and the ways that they died here on the internet.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's just they got free public Wi-Fi here, so I'm just like, I'm doing that. I'm doing some personal banking. I'm sort of booking flight tickets. I'm putting some of my personal information out here.
Oh, no.
You know, just seeing...
Andy.
But it's
Andy.
What? It's all safe. It's all safe and secure, Luke.
You've been huffing too much natural gas.
What?
You should be doing your internet
huffing
business.
Exactly the right amount of natural gas, I'll have you know.
Which is none.
Which is all of it.
You should be doing your internet business on a VPN.
Vuppen.
On a Vuppen, yes. And I recommend NordVuppen. It's the best Vuppen out there. A Vuppen is a service that gives you safe and private access to the internet. It encrypts your connection.
Do you mean VPN, perhaps?
Oh, this is embarrassing. How many ads have we done? I've been calling it Vuppen.
You've been calling it Vuppen the whole way.
Calling it Vuppen the whole time.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a VPN. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, you never say it out loud, do you? You only ever see it written down.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try and muscle through. A VPN hides your IP and online activity from spying eyes and keeps your data safe from cyber criminals.
That's IP,
so,
Luke.
What is IP?
Your Internet Protocol address.
Oh,
it's an acronym.
No.
Have you heard of acronyms?
No. Is it a VPN thing?
Yeah, it's like a VPN.
Oh, man. Okay. All right, look. Here's the facts. NordVPN is easy to use. You can connect with one click, or you can enable auto-connect. And it's got 6,300 plus servers in 111 countries. You can change your virtual location easily. Perhaps you can imagine some useful uses for that.
For example, you could have your internet think that you're in Steeple Falls, for example.
Yeah, you could. And that way you could get onto the Zachariah Kull Festival website.
Yeah, they won't allow outsiders. They check your IP. They see if you're local.
Is a great service. I use it personally. It is extremely easy to use, and yeah, it works real good. And it supports every major platform. We're talking Windows, Android, iOS, macOS.
I'm using it on a Mac here right now. It is my VPN of choice also.
Linux, and it even works on Android TUV.
Surely you've heard the acronym TV.
What's TV?
Oh my god. All right. We're being kicked out of the library.
Oh, man.
Go to nordvpn.com/momcan'tcook and use code MomCan'tCook to protect your internet connection and privacy online.
That's
nordvpn.com/momcan'tcook. Use code MomCan'tCook. Luke, we're being kicked out of the library. This is your fault. Not paying those late fees. Luke, you know how when you're a ghost, you have the clothes you die in are the clothes that you wear forever as a ghost, right?
Yes, that's true. Yeah. So you have to always dress carefully.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, what if you die nude?
Well, then you're very lucky.
Or what if you die?
You get to be nude
forever. What if you die wearing an outfit you put on as a joke?
Oh man. Yeah. Okay. Well, that would.
Oh, I would never usually wear this Garfield costume, but I'm doing it as a joke. And then what's this? A truck.
I would never normally wear this Garfield costume. Lied Andy to St. Peter.
Oh,
St. Peter shakes his head sadly.
Then why did you have it on for the previous 6 days?
Points to the special hell for Garfield costume people. Also, if you wear a Garfield costume, it's vanishingly unlikely you're going to be able to see traffic coming.
Yeah, that was why I got hit by the truck. I had very poor peripheral vision.
Well, you should have stayed inside and not gone near any roads.
But I wanted everyone to see the Garfield costume so they would get the joke, which, as I explained, it was a joke.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, look, Andy, the best thing you can do is to always dress really, really well. And I know how you can do it. You can dress in Insert Coin clothes.
All right.
You should go to insertcoinclothing.com and check out all of their excellent ranges of officially licensed video game inspired apparel. You can put that on and you will always look good in the afterlife.
You're going to look great as a ghost, dressed in clothes from such great video game franchises as Yakuza, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, all your favourites. You're going to look St. Peter square in the eye and he's going to say, man, Ghost of Tsushima, that game kicked ass.
Yeah, it kicks ass.
You're right, it did, St. Peter.
Although there is a chance you're going to have to spend all of eternity trying to explain to, like, Louis XIV what Skyrim is or something.
Yeah, what Yakuza is.
Yeah.
There's this guy called Kiryu, right, Louis? Are you paying attention?
You might want to settle in, Louis, actually. It's kind of a long story.
So go to insertcoinclothing.com and use code A Time to Cull. That's like a time to kill, but with Zachariah Kull. Name Kull at the end there for 10% off online orders. Codes are not applicable on charity items, bundles, gift cards, postage, and some products at launch. They cannot be combined with other deals or promotions and are valid until the end of 2024. They pan across Warner's living room and he has a scowling portrait of himself on the wall.
Yeah, it's not like an oil painting either. It's like a framed photo.
Yeah. Of him scowling.
He has several sons.
So they break into his house.
Eric Idle does it. He goes through the keyhole and opens the door.
Yeah.
He requires quite a lot of cajoling to do it.
He's not keen on doing anything. or being active in the plot in any way.
They go into Warner's house.
Yeah, they search for the books. Ian finds them, but Warner gets home. Oh no, says Ed, and then dematerializes.
Yeah, helpfully. So, like 5 seconds later, Warner pulls into his driveway, which means that they could have found Warner's house in the same time by having Eric Idle stay in the exhaust pipe. Like,
yeah.
And also, their feet wouldn't be knackered from walking all over town.
Yeah. But then Ed is like, "Oh, I'm not going to hang around for this. I'm just going to disappear.
I'll leave now."
Yeah.
So, Ian yells, "Got him!" and he finds the library books. They were under Warner's bed, along with some pretty vicious dust bunnies, he says. Got lucky, I think, there, Ian.
Yeah. Considering what you could have found under there.
Yeah.
The kids go to run out the back, but Warner is there, and he knows someone's in his house. He arms himself with an umbrella. He runs upstairs to check under his bed, and the newspapers are gone. He's furious. He throws open the front door, and the kid's dad is there. He came to ask some questions about Zachariah Kull. What Warner tells him that his kids broke in, but the dad won't believe that this is what happened.
He says, Dad says, "I've come to ask some questions about Zachariah Kull." Warner shouts, "More than likely creating a diversion so your kids can get away." Now, bearing in mind the dad hasn't seen the kids, if I went to someone's house and they said, "More than likely you're creating a diversion so your kids can get away," I would find that immensely troubling information. Because
it would depend how much natural gas you'd inhaled that day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I would find that very alarming. But Dad's like, "WTF are you on about, Warner? Lol."
Dad's like, "Hey, man, just all good.
Let me just place my whole mouth over this pipe."
I'm gonna go make sure your kids are arrested," says Warner, and he storms off.
Behind Warner, Dad sees a door twitch. So he does kind of get the sense that maybe the kids are hiding in Warner's house and starts to cover for them. This is the beginning of Dad's redemption arc, turning into a sort of useful party member. Back home, Dad catches the kids and he says, "Have you committed any grand larcenies lately?" in a really sarcastic way. And we cut to...
Yeah, it's time for a big bollocking.
Time for a big bollocking. They're around the table. Ian says that he thinks Warner wrote the stay away message. And Dad surprises the children by saying, "I think Warner did it too."
Yeah, but you're still in trouble, he says.
Yeah.
We cut to Zachariah Kull's mine. The portal he lives in is blazing. Down in the soul hole, Jumper's face is in a wall, shouting for help.
I think it's just to remind you that Jumper is in the film. Even though he's done nothing and said almost nothing.
Yeah, so we get a shot of Jumper having been imprisoned and not advancing the plot in any way, shouting for help. We cut back to the family.
And Claire lays out her theory.
I think that Zachariah tried to drill a natural gas well and it blew up.
But the first natural gas well wasn't drilled until like 1821. It was 50 miles from here. What? It's in Grandpa's book.
Okay. You're both scaring me. And I have no idea what either one of you were talking about.
We know that natural gas seeps up out of the ground at Coal Hill. I mean, it's why they shut down the mine, right? But Zachariah tried to dig a well, to use it or store it or something. That's what the pipe was doing in the ground, and the big crater was there because that's where the whole thing blew up. Zachariah wasn't crazy. He didn't kill his wife. He didn't burn down his house. It was an accident.
And the point of this would be?
Zachariah is seeking revenge because he was wrongly accused of killing his wife and was burned at the stake.
So Claire's starting to put it together. But what do the books have to do with it? Is the question asked. And it kicks off a reading montage.
Yeah, they're doing more research. It turns out that Rebecca Kull died in an explosion that destroyed their home, and it's thought that Mr. Kull's unnatural invention was the cause. For some reason at this point, Ian gets really angry.
Yeah.
And says, "Who cares if Zachariah was innocent? The only thing I care about is Grandpa, and no one seems to be doing anything about it. We should be calling in the National Guard, SWAT teams, anything. Anything but sitting around reading some stupid newspaper articles. You don't care about him, you don't care about me. All you care about is yourself," he says, and then he storms off. He just needs time, says Dad. I know, because that's what I needed when I said the exact same thing to my father.
When I said, who cares if Zachariah Kull... Who cares if Zachariah Kull is innocent? We've got to find the trapped soul of my grandfather.
We should be calling in the National Guard and SWAT teams.
Also, like, he's like, when I said this to my father, I know I needed space. And he's like, You mean the dad with whom you had a terrible relationship? So good job perpetuating the cycle, Dad.
But this must mean that the dad's grandfather, so the kid's great-grandfather, was also imprisoned by Zachariah Kull because he said the exact same thing to his grandfather.
He must. It's the only conclusion to draw. So Ian, in fact, hasn't gone to be alone and brood. He's gone to the Soul Patrol Scream Team at the Ghost Processing Centre. Mariah tries to hide from him, but he finds her cowering behind her desk. She's reluctant to enter the film in any meaningful way.
Yeah, Elvis is there despite having died in 1977. Not sure why.
For his cannibalism, he had to wait around. So Ian says to Mariah, my grandfather needs help. Mariah is unwilling to help. It turns out she's only got a few more weeks on the job.
Yeah.
But Ian points out that by saving all the souls that Zachariah has stolen, she would be a hero and get to go to heaven ASAP.
Earlier than the 2 weeks that she currently has.
Yeah, 2 weeks. I mean, it's another 2 weeks of her, I don't know, probably hundreds of years that she's served on this.
I think she says she's been there 200 years or something.
Yeah, I would wait out the fortnight.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But this persuasion works. Mariah decides that she's going to be a hero. So now we've split the party.
Yeah.
We've got little Ian plus Eric Idle and Mariah.
They're one team.
They are one team. They're not going to do anything, though.
No.
So don't worry about it. Cut back to the actual team, Claire and Dad. This team does not feature any ghosts.
No. Dad is lamenting
the
wrong...
feature the dad.
It does feature their dad, who is he's a sort of, we have Michael Keaton at home kind of figure.
I like his whole vibe. I like this dad.
Schlubby Keaton-esque vibe.
Yeah.
He's lamenting the wrongly accused evil ghost. Old Zachariah never even got a trial, he says. His last words were, "Wait for me, Rebecca," says Claire. He already knew he wasn't going to cross over.
Yeah, I guess.
So at this point, the dad is fully on board with the idea of ghosts and crossing over and the Soul Patrol and the Scream Team.
But he
hasn't seen any ghosts.
He hasn't seen any ghosts.
He's a man of science. He's a doctor.
Maybe he's just enjoying some quality time with his kids. He's sort of
true.
going along with an imagination game.
Yeah, that's true.
Claire says that they thought that Zachariah was some kind of sorcerer, but he was a visionary. He was the first person to harness natural gas for his lights and stuff.
Yeah, people are just afraid of what they don't understand.
If I lived... Okay, so natural gas was harnessed in 1821, the film tells us, because this film, I think, is sponsored by some kind of natural gas supplier.
That's concern, yeah.
Yeah. And Zachariah Kull was up to his grim business in 1802, I suppose, because it was 200 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And this movie is 2002. So if I lived in the past, I'd think someone who harnessed natural gas, I'm not sure I would think that they were a sorcerer. No one thought they were a sorcerer in 1821.
I mean,
so I struggle to believe that in 1802, just like less than 2 decades earlier, it would have been like,
also, how long have people been mining for?
A
while,
lot
right?
Longer, yeah.
I mean, did they ever wonder why mines would just sort of suddenly... I feel like people understood natural gas even before they harnessed it.
Yeah, in 1821 was the first time that natural gas was, tapped. But if you go on the Wikipedia page, and I have... for natural gas, it has a rich history of being exploited.
Of being understood.
Of being understood, yeah. By many different cultures all around the world.
Well, not Steeple Falls.
Not Steeple Falls, yeah. It's like burn a man who's just like... Yeah. Anyway.
Do you think Warner knew the truth? Says Claire. If people knew, it would certainly take the steam out of his little festival, says Dad.
And while this is happening, by the way, we see a flashback of a calm and friendly Zachariah Kull looking lovingly at a flaming gas pipe. It's the same it's the same flashback as before, except instead of looking at a fire and going, fire, he's now looking wisely at natural gas and going, yes, this will keep America warm.
Yes. I'm a wise and productive scientist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, once everyone knows the truth of Zachariah Kull, he won't have to stick around, says Claire. It's all he ever wanted. Oh. That sounds logical for a flame-throwing force of evil, but sounds good. Let's go, says Dad, who, again, hasn't seen any ghosts at this point.
Seen this flame-throwing force of evil. Cut to the Zachariah Kull Festival.
Yeah,
which you'll
it
remember.
looks kick-ass.
Yeah, it's awesome. There's a big wheel. There's like flamethrowers. And
there's a pumpkin wicker man on fire.
metal.
It's got jugglers.
It's
carnival
extremely
rides.
bold of them to have so many flamethrowers
in this town.
In this town that it's just sort of bubbling cauldron of flammable gas. A pumpkin effigy goes up in flames like it's been soaked in gasoline, which I guess if it's been exposed to the air, then it more or less has.
We get a brief shot of Jumper in a wall asking for lemonade.
Good. Then we see Ian and Eric Idle run into the mine,
The abandoned mine full of leaking natural gas.
Yeah, and go, hey, Skeletor. Zachariah is there in his little fire circle.
Yeah.
He's unimpressed. He says that he can't stay. There's a festival he has to attend, and he hurls a fireball at them, but the fireball is caught and absorbed harmlessly in midair by Mariah, who pops up and decides to do something. Cut back to festival.
It continues to kick ass. Claire and Dad are looking for Warner. They spot him being given a plaque for making Steeple Falls a better place.
Yeah.
We need you to tell people the truth about Zachariah Kull, that he was innocent and his wife died in an accident and that he was executed without cause, says Claire. And Warner is like, no.
Warner makes the reasonable point. What do you care? Zachariah Kull, guilty or innocent, he's dead and gone. And Claire says, actually, he's kidnapped my grandfather's soul. Warner has no response for this. Except,
unbelievably, Warner won't do anything about this the ghost of Zachariah Kull having kidnapped this girl's grandfather's soul. He won't even entertain the concept.
So Warner says, look, Zachariah is the perfect villain. He's the person that people love to hate. And the dad says, fine, we'll tell people the truth without you. But then Warner snatches all of the newspaper books away from Dad and hurls them into the fire.
Yeah,
he goes,
and then goes
and then he scampers away like a goblin.
Yeah. Back in the mine, Mariah is confronting Zachariah Kull.
This is just like, there's a lot of plot problems with this movie, but like,
yes,
the books aren't the proof though, are they? The proof would be the gas pipe sticking out of the crater of Zachariah Kull's home.
The newspaper was written at the time by people who thought that he was an evil sorcerer.
Yeah, and the newspaper story at the time that we saw was woman killed in mysterious explosion. We think it was to do with his bizarre experiments.
Bizarre pyromancy. So it's nothing.
Yeah.
So, back in the mine, Mariah is confronting Zachariah Kull. She sneezes some blue energy into his face and it hurts him.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I don't know what that is.
Also, sorry, I really don't want to keep stopping, but why does Zachariah Kull want revenge? I know they burned him at the stake.
Yeah.
But the newspaper article says, woman killed, we think it was as a result of this man's unnatural invention, right?
Yeah.
And that is
correct.
That is correct.
Yeah.
So if you're Zachariah Kull, it's like, well, what my contemporaries accused me of was accidentally killing my wife with an unnatural experiment. And I did do that.
Yeah, I feel like if I killed my wife with a natural gas explosion that was my own fault, I would probably feel quite guilty about it.
Yeah.
Not, like, angry at the town.
Yeah, exactly. The truth... This newspaper article was a real mistake to put in the film because we see that the truth was published at the time.
Yeah.
If the newspaper had been like, Mad Wizard of the Hills uses fire spells to kill wife, then it would hang together. But
or if the townspeople had they thought he was a evil wizard and they'd gone to his house and
blown it up,
done something which caused the gas to go up, and so it wasn't his fault.
Tried to burn his house and they only wanted to burn it, but because of the natural gas it exploded or something.
Or they wanted to write stop being a pyromancer in fire on his lawn, but it caused the natural gas to go up and that killed his wife. Then fair enough. But it was actually his own fault.
Pyromancer's you've chosen the worst possible medium to deliver this message.
I am loving this.
Yeah. So anyway, back in the mine.
Yeah.
The sneezing,
blue energy.
The blue energy. Zachariah says he only took the souls of those who didn't want to cross over to the other side, who had unfinished business, like him.
Yeah.
And then Ian says, but what about Jumper? And Zachariah pauses for a moment and comes back with, what kind of name is that anyway? Jumper.
Yeah. It's a stupid name, but his life force has been useful, he says. And then he shoots fire out of his nose, which doesn't really do anything.
No.
But then Ed says, let's run away, and they do.
They run away. Coffin Ed dematerializes to save himself.
Yeah.
And that is the end of their
Soul
parties.
Patrol.
Honestly, you will next see them at the end of the film. Back at the festival, suddenly, out of the bonfire, there emerges a screaming 5-story ghost kaiju Zachariah. He towers above the festival. Everyone sees it and starts screaming.
Yeah.
He starts hurling fireballs into the crowd. Poor misunderstood Zachariah.
Poor misunderstood. Gentle, genial scientist.
5-story fire kaiju.
5-story fire kaiju.
He's like hurling motes of flame into the rides and into the people.
Into teens.
Yeah. So everyone's screaming and panicking and fleeing. Dad runs to go and get Warner with a sort of instinctive grasp that only Warner can set this right somehow.
Yeah.
How is Zachariah going to complete his unfinished business of clearing his name
if he kills everyone
in town with fireballs? It would be like, in a best case scenario, they'd be like, well, Zachariah, you were right. That crime you were innocent of.
Unfortunately, you have committed 800 new crimes.
You have fireballed the entire fair.
Yeah.
So anyway, everyone is running and screaming, but Claire, in front of the flaming kaiju Zachariah, stands her ground.
Warner! Why don't you run, little one?
Because I know the truth. I know you didn't kill your wife. I know about the well. I know about everything.
Then you'll also know why I finally have to destroy this town.
Start talking! Listen! I'm sorry! Everything's gonna be different! We'll have the festival in your name! I'll have another son, and I'll name him after you! What else? I knew you were innocent before we started the festival. I guess I just never thought you'd mind.
Guess again.
So Warner, what you heard there was Warner jumping out the way of a fireball and dodging it, and his hat sort of gets a bit singed.
Yeah, and that causes him to lose consciousness.
Yeah. This is the 3rd or 4th time that Zachariah has thrown a sort of yoga ball-sized ball of flame into, like, the general public, and you don't see the fireball land. You just see it sort of graze things. There's a point where one sort of nudges a streetlight and it makes the streetlight spark a bit, but
not catch fire. Yeah, he's this giant fire kaiju sucks. He can't destroy anything.
Yeah. It's like his hat gets singed and it's like, woo, singed Warner's hat.
Yeah.
Certainly gave him something to think about. We don't see the reverse shot of that fireball continuing on its path and
slamming into a school bus. Or
like covering a huge like 50-foot conal area in sort of liquid hot hellfire.
But Claire is trying to talk him round. She says, "You're not this man, Zachariah. You're an inventor."
What about Rebecca? This isn't you. You told Rebecca to wait. How much longer will she have to wait? And then Claire holds up the newspaper article about Rebecca's death in an explosion, which I'm pretty sure was in the book that Warner threw on the bonfire in the last scene.
Yep.
Wasn't it? That was like those
absolutely
newspapers?
was.
Yep.
Yeah,
okay,
those
fine.
were the... We very clearly saw them get burned.
Fine.
And yet Claire has it here.
Yeah. What about this? So the newspaper has a kind of sketched portrait of his dearly beloved Rebecca. And we get a vision of Rebecca.
She's in the portal.
She's in the mirror, like on the edge of heaven, going, "I love you.
I waited for you, Zachariah. Even though you exploded me.
I waited for you. Wait, what are you doing?"
Zachariah, my sweet, gentle holy shit.
Oh my God.
What have you done?
Why are you like a 60-foot high Slash from Guns N' Roses? Hurling fire into the crowd.
Why are you a Babadook now?
So anyway, Zachariah, I guess, also sees this vision and is placated. He whispers Rebecca and is becalmed.
You got what you really wanted, the truth, says Claire.
What?
And then... No one knows about this.
No one has been told.
I think after this event, if you ask it, I think people's opinion of Zachariah Kull has changed.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Yeah, the Zachariah Kull Festival is going to be a much bigger deal next year now that you materialised as a Fire Ghost kaiju in full view of the general public. And, the world's media are going to be here next year hoping you materialise again. The CIA is going to be there trying to trap you in a ghost trap.
Put you in the Fishboy lab.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you ask people before this festival what they thought about Zachariah Kull, they'd be like, oh, that's that guy who killed his wife. If you ask him after, it'd be like, oh, that's that guy who killed my wife.
Yeah, of course. I was there that day of the Zachariah Kull tragedy.
Yeah, my wife was on the Ferris wheel when he threw a giant flaming Hadouken
into a 200-foot kaiju. Went ham on the fair.
So yeah, you got what you wanted, the truth.
You got what you wanted, the truth. Also, that isn't what he wanted. What he wanted was for his name to be cleared.
Yeah.
He knew the truth already. So I don't really understand any. It doesn't matter. Fine.
But Zachariah Kull, he starts to shrink down.
He goes
He
small.
recedes into the fire. His ghost Winamp visualization flies off to the mirror.
Yeah.
He's in the frame with Rebecca. He kisses her and they float off together to the other side.
They go to heaven.
Yeah. Luke bawling his eyes out, probably, it says in my notes.
Oh, really? Oh, how little you think of it. No way. Back at the festival, we see singed people emerging from their hiding holes.
Gingerly returning to the scorched festival.
You did it, yells Dad. Ian is here, suddenly, having contributed nothing. But he hugs his dad, so I guess they love each other now, so that's nice. And he says, look, they're free. And he points up at the sky, where all of the Eurovision ribbons are floating to heaven.
Mm-hmm. Towards Luxembourg.
Towards Luxembourg, yeah. 12 points.
Jumper is released from the wall. Grandpa's ghost floats back into the house and sits in his easy chair.
Yes. So the family returning home, initially they walk past the entranceway where Granddad's ghost is, but then they back up and they're like, what? And Granddad says, sorry to startle you. And Dad is like, whoa, whoa. And Claire says, thanks for the books, Granddad. And Granddad says, books? I just wanted your father to see the box behind them.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say how proud I am of you.
Are you kidding? That's why you stayed behind?
You were a smart kid, but all you ever wanted to do was hang around with your stupid old man.
Dad.
All I ever wanted for you was to get out of this town, see the world, use your gifts. I was so worried about your future, I kind of lost track of your present. And as different as I thought you were, looks like you're making all the same mistakes.
Oh, good. Ghost Grandpa has found a way to turn this into a lecture.
I see you're being a piece of dad like I was.
Piss off, Granddad. Piss off to heaven. I came back just one moment to tell you that I was a terrible father, and I did it
so are you.
I did it for vague reasons, and now I see you also suck.
Sorry, I really tried, but you're such a terrible kid. I couldn't do it.
Also, the dad in this movie is a good dad. He's not making these mistakes. He's been through his arc and he's hugged Ian already. Grandpa is late to this arc. He says... Also, the things he says are nonsense. He's like, I wanted you to get out there in the world, son. And I figured the best way to do that was to make you think I didn't like having you in the house.
I thought you'd never leave the town if you liked it here. So I thought if I was emotionally distant and punched you hard all the time, you'd leave and become a doctor.
Yeah. But anyway,
every time he walked in the door, I'd beat his ass with a bat. So that his only escape was Harvard Medical School.
But inside, of course, I was weeping. So much do I love you secretly. But of course, it had to be secret or you would never be a doctor. Just such bollocks.
I knew if you had a comfortable bed here, you'd never go off and become a doctor.
Yeah.
That's why I set fire to your bed.
That's why I threw buckets of water on you in the middle of the night. So Dad is like... Ghost
wow, Dad, that sucks.
he says, I won't make those mistakes anymore. Then the kids are like, yeah, bye forever, Granddad, and they go to sleep. And Dad says, do you have to rush off to his father? And Dad and his dad talk long into the night.
Yeah, he says eternity can wait a couple of hours, which again isn't how it works.
Yeah, and also waiting a couple of hours is how he got crushed in Zachariah Kull's fist.
Yeah.
Because he was like, oh, I'll hang around to sort of make my son see this box. Also, shitty-ass ghost granddad, how easy would it be to make the dad see that box? Wait till he's in the room and throw the box at his head.
Using your ghost powers.
Using your ghost powers. But instead he's just like, oh, in the middle of the night when only the children are in here, I'll sort of push something else off the shelf.
Knock some books off near it. Yeah.
Yeah, rubbish. Anyway, this would be a fine place to end the movie, but we've got to see the ghosts some more, even though I hate them. So back at Ghost Scream Team Soul Patrol HQ, Jumper is boasting about how much stronger he is than Zachariah.
Yeah.
Despite having done nothing.
Done nothing all movie. Mariah jumps out of the mirror. It's official, she says. My posting has been extended indefinitely.
Yeah.
Ian is wearing a shirt that says Dead People Rock on it. Coffin Ed says, you'll be out before the next millennium to Mariah.
But he's going in a few weeks, right? He's
still got 2 weeks on his,
So it turns out that Mariah saving all those souls wasn't worth it compared to the massive PR ghost disaster of a kaiju ghost going ham in full view of the public.
Claire says, I'm really sorry. And then Ian says, don't worry, we'll come and hang out. Because they're not going back to Boston. Dad wants to get back in touch with his roots, and he loves the neighbourhood. I'm going to have this job forever, sobs Mariah. And then that's the end of her in this film.
Yeah, Mariah's story is sad. It's bleak.
Yeah.
And Ian's like, don't worry, we'll come visit. Like, oh yeah, that'll be fun occasionally for the first 80 years maximum.
Yeah. Also, I mean, she's in a wedding dress, so she clearly died on her wedding in some kind of tragic way. She's been sentenced to work in this. She can never cross over to the afterlife. And the film ends with her being like, well, now she's trapped to do this forever.
It ends with her crying at her desk, going, I'm going to be doing this job forever.
And that's all played for laughs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, then we see a montage of putting up signs. So that's gripping stuff. Dad is putting up a sign for his medical practice at the site of Dad's old hardware store.
Yeah.
I've got square brackets. Why did it close? Probably it exploded.
Yeah.
We also see Warner. Damn it.
Yeah. His sons are putting up...
Yeah.
His sons are putting up a new town sign that says it's now home to the invention fair. They're leaning into Zachariah Kull's legacy as an inventor.
Smash cut to a year later, the town lies in economic ruin because who gives a about an invention fair? Jesus.
Also Zachariah Kull's legacy
God.
as an inventor it's like if Edison invented the light bulb and it exploded and it killed his wife. And then he was killed in an electric chair. And then he came back as an electricity kaiju.
Then Edison came back as an electricity kaiju and killed everyone at the fair. And they were like, from now on, we honour his legacy as an inventor.
We honour...
You know, Zachariah Kull was really the first to harness natural gas. How did he harness it? Well, quite badly. He blew up his house with his wife inside.
Yeah. Well, not so much harness as catastrophically failed to harness. But fine.
Yeah, he did the exact opposite of harnessing the natural world, didn't he, really?
Yeah. But he did come back as a fire kaiju, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. And also, like, God, can you imagine? Imagine if, like, overnight Salem stripped away all the witch stuff and they were like, this is in poor taste. We're not doing this anymore. From now on, it's all about the power of reading. And it's like, smash cut to Salem is ruined.
From now on, we'll simply focus on the local area's delicious walnuts. The Salem Walnut Festival is on.
We'll run all year round.
Smash cut to tumbleweed blowing through the town square.
People have invented a sort of post-apocalyptic currency of walnut trading.
Suddenly a giant walnut kaiju strikes through the town square.
Oh, damn it.
Why does this keep happening?
Also, now it's safe to do a Zachariah festival. He's gone to heaven.
He can't do anything about it.
He can't hurt you now. You may as well sully his name and have a kick-ass festival in his name.
Yeah, and loads of people are going to come because one year a giant fire kaiju turned up.
Yeah, right. And everyone saw and filmed it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the final scene of the movie is Ian, Claire and Dad trying to get Grandpa's old pumpkin carving machine running. Dad makes an adjustment, then it works, and proceeds to spray pumpkin everywhere. Eric Idle materializes nearby.
What will he do, I wonder?
Well,
how will he advance things?
What happens is some soggy pumpkin flies his way, but it goes right through him because he's non-corporeal.
Yeah.
And he says, there are certain advantages to being dead to the camera. And then credits.
Yeah. The credits roll. The second assistant director's name is September Death.
What? No way.
Yeah.
That's...
we have a bit more of the stupid rat.
Good.
And the film's over. Heartbreak Films.
And the film's done.
Good job.
If not for quite how much time was devoted to the stupid ghost processing stuff, which was not necessary at all.
No.
If they'd have just, like, the natural gas thing was a fine reveal. It was just, it played its hand way too early. I mean, I know I'm an adult, but I have to think that kids watching this would also be like, I'm pretty sure I know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Like early doors.
This was awful, this film. I'm sorry, it was just awful. It's like nothing, it was so boring and nothing happened. It's like, okay, so this guy blew up his cabin, fine. And they're like, and what mystery at the heart of it? It's like, oh God, just... And then none of it made sense. Like, none of the lore was explained. They kept, like, dropping plot hooks that they completely ignored.
Yeah.
It's just very frustrating to watch.
Yeah, it was. I was into the aesthetic more than I was, probably because last time I saw this movie, I hadn't visited Salem.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was a bit more, like, on board with the small town folk horror.
It looked
vibe,
fine.
I guess.
Like, and the sort of small town horror is cool, but it's just like none of the ghosts in it, the titular Scream team, they didn't do anything.
I honestly think this would be a better film if Zachariah Kull was the only ghost.
Yeah,
the film would have made more sense, and it would have been better. Like, Eric Idle is pretty charismatic, but the three sort of funny comedy ghosts, they do nothing.
Eric Idle is charismatic, but they've we didn't mention this, but they've given him horrible rotted teeth that make him hard to look at.
Very hard to enjoy.
Yeah. Jumper is in it for about 10 seconds before he becomes a face in a wall.
Yeah.
And Mariah just doesn't want to go and do anything. She just sits in her office.
Yeah.
So
Mark Rendell and Kat Dennings, who play Ian and Claire, are pretty fun. Like, they're a good duo.
Yeah, they're kind of plucky kids investigating a mystery, kids on bikes, you know, all that stuff.
They're courageous, and also they're brother and sister, and at the beginning of the movie they like don't get along, and at the end of the movie they do, which is nice, you know. It doesn't have to be so complicated, you guys. Anyway, so that was Scream Team. Andy.
Yes.
Normally at this point I would offer to read you an email, but if I read all the emails about showing dicks, I would simply be here all night. So I just want to say thank you to the many of you.
Yes.
Who wrote in. You know what? I will read one.
Not even listeners, like friends of ours, text us.
It's friends of anyone who listens to the podcast was like, folks. But I did not notice this at all.
Nor did I. Nor did I.
Okay, so this is an example. This one comes from Jack. Thank you for your email, Jack. Hi, Andy and Luke. Love this podcast and can't stop listening, but in the episode on Johnny Capahala Back on Board, at 46 minutes 10 seconds to 46 minutes 25 seconds, you played a clip, and I'm certain you hear an extra in the background say, "Show me your dick." I went back and listened about 4 times and thought, how did that get by? It's a great question, Jack, and a lot of people have been asking it. If you missed it the first time, which seems increasingly unlikely, here is that audio clip from Johnny Capahala Back on Board.
Hey, Troy.
Yeah.
Yeah, show me your dick. What are we doing here?
Well, I'm leaving, and they're gonna do what they do.
Okay, well, I have 2 theories.
Okay,
I have 2
I'd love
theories
to hear
about
them.
First of all, my theory as to why we didn't notice it is because when the podcast is edited, a load of compression goes on it, which makes quiet things louder and loud things quieter, so that it's a more pleasurable listening experience. And so this is the kind of thing. Occasionally, it'll just boost a bit of very subtle and quiet,
very quiet background audio.
Yeah. So, okay, theory 1. Yeah. We know that Johnny Capahala Back on Board was shot in New Zealand, right?
Yeah.
So,
okay.
And this is a skateboarding scene. I thought perhaps a kid is saying, "Show me your deck," but due to a sort of perhaps a strong New Zealand accent, maybe it sounds like "Show me your dick." That was my first theory. But then I listened to it a few more times and I was like, no, I don't think so. I think this sounds really, really deliberate. So my second theory is that basically the kids on set were just effing around and didn't think they would
just
be caught
like,
on mic.
Yeah, just do some like rhubarb, razzle frazzle kind of background talk.
Yeah. They were like, just do sort of like, sort of ambient chatter about skateboards.
Yeah, and they were being teenage boys.
Yeah, one of them said,
they were like,
"Oh, I know a thing to say about skateboards. Hey, show me your deck." And then the other one said, "What you would say in that scenario? Hey, show me your dick."
Yeah, how about show me your dick though?
Show me your dick though. Gotcha.
And they're like, well, I mean, no one's going to add any compression to this.
Yeah, they're like, no one will ever.
Yeah,
but it is absolutely just when I think I can't unearth nothing more bizarre can be unearthed in the DCOM.
Yeah.
You can clearly hear something like this. And the fact that, like, no one noticed.
No one noticed or cared. It could possibly be part of the Dirt Devils application process is there is a medical you have to undergo. Yeah. So it's like, I'll take your blood pressure.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing an extreme sport. It's dangerous. It does make sense to at least have a questionnaire be filled out.
And we just need to take a look at you, make sure you haven't got any rashes that could possibly be passed on to other members of the team. We're all sharing a locker room. We're all occasionally sharing towels.
We're all sharing underwear. Yeah. We're all sharing one pair of underwear.
One pair of extreme boxers.
When the Mountain Board sponsorship comes in, we hope to each have a pair of underwear.
But you need ones that have got the give and stretch that you need to do cool skateboarding tricks.
Yeah, you need looseness in the hips.
And I know it seems awkward, but we're all adults here. Just let me have a look at it so I can assess it, and then you're in.
Then you're in. Okay. Well, that would make sense, but we know that what's happening in the scene is that no one's being allowed in the Dirt Devils because it's Chris and Sam and Johnny.
Yeah.
And all three of them are being ostentatiously denied Dirt Devil membership.
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
Write in with your theories.
Why do the Dirt Devils want to see someone's dick?
Anyway, thank you everyone for pointing that out. When I got the first message, I was like, no
way.
And then I went back and listened
to
our own podcast. I was like, that I'd already listened to that episode.
Yeah.
And been like, oh, yeah, you're right.
That's absolutely what's going on.
All that care we take to bleep all of our swears. And then Johnny Capahala itself loses us our nice iTunes clean rating.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Johnny.
We're now explicit. Unbelievable. If you want to email the podcast, please do so at momcan'tcookpod@gmail.com. And hey, perhaps you're thinking, I had a good time listening to this podcast and it's killing me that I have to wait a whole fortnight for another DCOM recap. Well, if that's you, then guess what? It's maybe time for you to sign up to patreon.com/extra helpings. That's our Patreon. If you go there, then you can unlock a bonus podcast feed where we recap So Weird, the Disney Channel original TV show, which is absolutely bonkers and really, really fun.
Yeah.
And a great time. And there's loads of episodes now, so there's a really big backlog for you to enjoy and listen to.
Yeah, don't go a single week without Mom Can't Cook. Go to patreon.com/extra helpings and sign up today to listen to all of that. It's great.
You can get Mom Can't Cook merch at momcan'tcookstore.com, and we would prefer you to use this because I did pay for the hosting, bonesforbowser.com.
Bonesforbowser.com for all your bones and Bowser needs, and also t-shirts.
Unless you're listening to this podcast years from now, in which case I almost certainly did not renew the hosting, and then I don't know, God knows where that's taking you. Fair winds is all I can say, and following seas. Visit that URL at your own risk. That's all I can say if it's too far in the future. Okay, Andy, what DCOM shall we do next?
Luke, the next DCOM we are going to do is 2004's Pixel Perfect.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Okay. This one.
Before you read me the description, Andy, I'll tell you, the listener, that Andy and I both agree that of all the DCOMs we've seen, this one is probably the most gross and troubling.
The most problematic.
And
No, actually, no.
You know what?
Yeah, you know the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I do. It's a. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's subjective, isn't it? But can we definitely say this? The most reprehensible protagonist.
Oh, God, yeah. Yes. This guy's the worst. The
actual worst. Okay, let's hear the description, Andy.
So I will now read you the description, Luke, of 2004's Pixel Perfect.
Oh, no.
A techno whiz must protect his hologram from falling into the wrong hands.
Okay. That tells... What? That tells me nothing about the movie.
Okay, well, here's a longer one. Techno whiz Roscoe creates a hologram named Loretta Modern to help his friend Samantha's band, the Zettabytes, make a name for themselves.
Is that what he's doing?
I mean, that's part of it.
Okay.
We'll get into it next time on Mum Can't Cook, so come on back. Come on back for that.
If you can stomach it, come on back for Pixel Perfect.
Come on back for Pixel Perfect. And hey, it's got a band called the Zettabytes.
Yeah, you know what?
Pretty cool.
Regardless of what really is going on, the Zettabytes is a pretty good name. It's also, I think, got the Japanese internet in it, doesn't it?
Oh, God, it's got the Japanese internet.
Yeah. Okay.
So come on back for the Japanese internet, folks.
It's going to be a good time.
It's exciting.
Thanks so much. All right. I've got to go because my house has exploded.
Yeah, I still can't cross over because I have not finished my business of recording one good podcast, unfortunately.
Oh, never mind.
Thought I was going to get there this time, but
we'll
didn't make it,
don't worry. We'll get it. We'll get it next time. Next time's going to be the one.
Looks at Pixel Perfect description. The one after, maybe the one after.
I'm pretty sure that when the angels see your podcast about Pixel Perfect, they'll be like, "Come in."
Good. He's done it. He's finally done it.
He's really
anyway,
thanks for listening, gang.
All right, Luke, come over and look at this pipe I've got.
Oh, okay.
There's something coming out of it.
You unhinged inventor. All right, I'll bring over my thinking pipe.
Yeah, and bring over some smokes as well. I'm gasping.
Yeah.